She says she want hood nigga. I keep the perk by the pound. The trunk stay bumped and y'all know we run the town. Hood nigga. And I keep a bad bitch around. Thick bitch, long hair, yellow, white, red, brown. Hood nigga. And my Chevy sitting on 24s. Flats look like flapjack. Pancake, you ain't no hood nigga. I'ma play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood, folks. I'm on that good, and alcohol. I got some down bitches I can't call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall. Yeah, long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. I'm on that. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this super fly, dirt, coast, muddy water. Shorty, pop that pussy if you wanna. Let me tell you about this old school pouring lean, candy yams and collard greens, pocket full of stones, riding clean.
Well, I'm just one parlay away from a new house, new car. I'm just one parlay away. Trust I'ma take us far. I'm just one parlay away. One parlay away. One parlay away. Oh, I took the Chiefs on over, took my homes on yards. Everything is going good so far. Lakers beating the Knicks. Spread is only 6. 2 minutes left in the game, baby. I'm about to hit. Ow!
I need out, yeah, I need out. Blood pressure higher than a body count. Tomorrow she has to go. She's a mama. I think I married a hoe. Married a hoe. I said, mama, I think I married a hoe. I made a mistake, mama. No, oh no. I want you. A man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. Ain't loyal. All these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah. These hoes ain't loyal. Yeah. These hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal. When a rich brother wants you and your man
All right, well, we back up in here again, man. I was not expecting to do no show early this morning. I was supposed to be streaming, but man, woke up to some bullshit, and I'm pretty sure y'all saw it too. So we gonna talk about it a little bit today. But and it's the last day of Black History Month, man. Let me get my oldest going, man. Let me get my oldest going, yeah. What we got? What we got? But yeah, man, it's the last day of Black History Month. But we gonna talk a little bit more about that tonight when we do the nighttime show. But man, for right now, yeah, make sure y'all do your boy a favor because you know we trying to grow around here. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share, turn the notifications on, all that in the bag of chips, man. Hit that hype if you got that. I don't know what that is, but I heard something about it. But nah, y'all. I woke up this morning and I just go through my normal routine, like, hey, Google, tell me about my day type shit. And it was giving me a rundown on like what's been going on in politics. And lo and behold, something happened this morning, man. Something happened this morning, man. And we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. So as usual, man, get your cigarettes, get your weed, get whatever you need. We about to get into this first video. Y'all give a round of applause for our great orange president because he got something he want to tell us right now.
The United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries.
I mean, I'm trying my best to be serious and listen to this motherfucker. And I'm like, dude, you talking about what Iran has done? But it's perfectly fine everything us as the United States has done. And I don't want people to take that as, oh, he hates America. Like, dude, I served this country. I put my life on the line. I went to combat for these motherfuckers. Like, dude, you really gonna sit here and talk about what Iran has done? Do you not know who you are? So like, I just be baffled by that. And this man right here, look, I'm gonna let him keep talking, but like, come on, dude. So y'all done struck Iran, huh? You the president of no more wars. You the president of I end all these wars. You the president that I need a Nobel Peace Prize. And now that I don't get it, I got all these people from FIFA and all these other countries giving up goddamn fucking awards. You made up awards. So you calm the fuck down. You that guy, right? But you just struck Iran. All right, let's keep going, man. Salute my boy Hurricane. Salute, salute, salute. He said, get him. Oh, you know I'm about to get him. You know I'm about to get him. Hold on, I gotta get my face to focus. Focus. Focus on my hand. Why does my focus keep going out? All right, there we go. Yeah, I know my focus keep going. I get blurry around here. But either way, though, let's keep going, man. He talking.
Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983.
Why did they do that? Why don't you tell them why they did that? And then ask yourself, as the country called the United States of America, why the fuck you in another country? Maybe your citizens wouldn't have had a chance to get captured over there if you weren't in their country. Ain't that the reason y'all say y'all want to keep all these other people out? Because you know they'll cause problems inside the country, so you keep them outside the country. What the fuck we over there for? A lot of people got to start asking questions about why we are in all these other different countries, man. It ain't to protect Americans, bro. It ain't to protect us. I just want y'all to know that. And that's coming from somebody that knows. It ain't to protect Americans.
Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military
Damn, Beirut, where's Beirut at? Still don't sound like somewhere in America.
Personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It is always...
Ain't you the president just had 2 Americans get killed for protesting? Ain't you that guy? Ain't you the same guy that asked John Kelly, could you shoot the protesters outside of the White House with rubber bullets because you want to go in front of a church to take a picture with a Bible upside down? Ain't you that same guy? When you talking about bloodshed, the #1 sponsor of terrorism, dude, that lets me know like a lot of average Americans have not left this country. I said this shit last night, but I'm gonna say it again. A lot of average Americans, like less than 50%, I think it's 50% have a passport. And ain't no telling how many people actually using them passports. Go around the world and talk to other people of other countries, and you'll figure out what America has done to them. He's sitting around here talking about Iran is a state-sponsored terrorist, like the world's big... What? Oh, we're the United States of America. We just kidnapped the president from another country. What was that, like a month ago? Was that just like a month ago? Didn't we go and fight like a 20-plus year war in Iraq over a lie, killed millions of people? Don't we do coup d'etats in all these countries in Africa, around the world? Ain't we the only country to ever drop a nuclear bomb? Twice? Did we enslave a whole bunch of people? Did we put in people in internment camps? Like, did we massacre in it? Like Iran. With the history the United States got, this motherfucker talking about Iran. Okay. All right.
Been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can...
Says the only group of people who've ever used a nuclear weapon. I just want people to understand the hypocrisy of this shit. The United States is standing around, and a lot of other countries that are supposedly our allies right now, but they might not really be because of that guy right there. He's sitting around saying that they can't get this weapon because they might use it. And you the only motherfucker in the history of the world to ever use one. We're the only ones to ever use it. We did it twice. Bruh, that shit is funny, man. That is funny. That's like, you done shot 12 people, but you telling everybody in your family and everybody in the city they can't have guns because they might shoot somebody. It's like, nigga, you the only one that shot somebody, bruh. You the only one. Man, that shit's crazy, man. I just be tripping on that shit. And they wonder why the people don't like them. Like, bro, you all the way across the ocean in their land. And you wonder why they don't like you. You just bombed them fucking last year. You bombed them. You just bombed them last year. He talking about they saying death to Americans. Bro, you took out my people, I'll be saying the same shit. You fuck everybody in your family, cuz. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is he talking about?
Never have a nuclear weapon. That is why
This
in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades.
All right, y'all. So they wanted to practice evil, right? They wanted to practice evil because they wanted to have a nuclear program. Partially, to defend against y'all motherfuckers just bullying people around the world. Because I want y'all to really understand this. The biggest superpowers in the world all have nuclear weapons. The countries that get taken advantage of and picked on and bullied by these superpowers don't have no nuclear weapons. That's why you don't see us running up in fucking India trying to fuck with them. Know why? Because they got nuclear weapons. We don't run to fucking Russia and attack them, even though they invading other countries. And we care about democracy and peace, right? We ain't running up in no motherfucking Russia. We ain't running up in no motherfucking China. We ain't running up in the. I'm sorry. Israel ain't on the record that they got one, but we know Israel got nuclear weapons. We ain't running up in there. But we'll show fuck with all these Middle Eastern countries. You know, they ain't got no nuclear weapons, but they do got that oil. That oil. Hold on, where my boy at? Where my boy at? Even though they want to get away from oil. Man, where he at? Hold up, real quick. Like where he at? 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 There you go. There
What? Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking?
Nah, we just wanna call them terrorists, y'all. We want to call them terrorists and say they're so bad. They're so bad. They're so evil. When the fuck they came over here and did something to us? We got a long line of history of shit happening over there where they at. When we be over there with in they shit, coming up in their house telling them what the fuck they can do. Yeah, shit be popping off. But I ain't never seen them come over here. Like somebody else seen them come over here. I would love to hear about that. But I ain't seen it. I ain't seen them come over here and do nothing. But I'm gonna let him keep going though. He said he's some sick, evil people and shit. I don't know if he ever looked into a fucking mirror. But either way though.
Decades and decades, they've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted.
You can't take the fact that these people are not willing to bow down and let y'all just run over them. They want to try their best to have a way to defend themselves if y'all keep fucking with them. And y'all striking them ain't really helping disprove their point. It's like we need to have nuclear weapons so they don't attack us. They don't have nuclear weapons, and what y'all did? Attack them. Because they can't touch us. They can't touch us. They ain't got missiles that can make it all the way to the United States. Now, they got missiles that can make it to Israel, and that's why they started shooting them hoes right back at their ass. But, we give Israel so much goddamn money. They got the Iron Dome system. They can shoot down majority of that shit. Majority of it ain't getting in there. But it's like, dude, what are you talking about? They need this shit to defend themselves against you, and you don't want that. You just want to label them as evil, terrorists. When you the one who been going in other people's countries, you talking about taking Greenland, you talking about taking Canada, you done snatched up the president of Venezuela and shit. Like you over here talking about you want to take all these South American countries and shit, but you talking about Iran said death to America. You are actively doing things, motherfucker. The fuck they done did to you? I believe certain people need things to be able to defend themselves. Like if they allowed to have a goddamn baseball bat and a glove in the game, I need to have a baseball bat and a glove in the game too, so it can be an equal playing field. But that ain't what America want. America don't never want no equal. They want to always have an advantage. That's the only way they win. That's the only way we ever won any of these wars. We had advantages.
To rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security.
Yeah, that nigga, that's nasty right there. We ain't looking at that. Get that shit off screen. Yeah, y'all heard from y'all president, man. He letting y'all know, like, we ain't finna let them have nothing. We not finna let them be able to defend themselves against, our attacks and our pressure that we want to apply to them. Especially the Western countries. Not just the United States. Canada be involved in that shit. They don't really like to call Mexico into the game because, they a little brown and shit. But, got all of Europe pretty much, almost all of Europe that be on there trying to apply pressure to these folks. And they don't want them to be able to push back on it. So I guess we about to have a little thing, with Iran, y'all, we're going to have a little thing with Iran. We're going to get a little bit more reporting on this shit because I'm about to play another video. But it looked like we about to have a thing with Iran. He came in and said no more new wars. No more conflict, none of that. And I ain't seen nothing but a bunch of strikes been happening, man. A lot of people getting shot the fuck up. People in boats off of Venezuela because, they were trafficking drugs, but, ain't never had no proof of that. And the next thing you know, we taking the president out talking about we run the country. And now we over here striking Iran for the second time? Man, that man done struck Iran twice. He ain't even been in office 2 years. It's like, dude. But you the president of no wars, right? See, my boy Hurricane said, he had to go with the attack because the UK told Trump, You can't set up your military base over here to strike Iran. Hey, look, and also it seems like his little daddy Netanyahu, Bebe, how we say his name, BB. That motherfucker, he sure been wanting this shit to pop off. I know that motherfucker smiling from ear to ear right now. Cause he been trying to mess with them Arabs. He do not like them Arabs over there. Like, man, they just need to bow down, lay down, let us take their motherfucking land and shut the fuck up. That's what they want. But yeah, we about to go into it, man. We got some more news reports, man. I just want y'all to hear what the president had to say, because he wanted to get that shit off his chest. He want to get up there and talk, reading out that teleprompter and shit. But let's see what the news is reporting on some of this shit, man. Let's see what we got, man. I don't know which station this is.
President Trump's State of the Union address to Congress last night broke his own record for longest speech. He spoke for an hour and 47 minutes, yet only spent around 3 minutes speaking about Iran. Let's go to Emma Withrow from the fact check team.
3 hours ago? All right, here you go. Yeah.
Into those 3 minutes, roughly. The U.S. military, we know, has the largest show of military firepower off the coast of the Middle East since, I believe, 2003. Tell us more about the president's comments last night.
Sure.
Put that in perspective for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So President Trump basically said that Iran is still a serious threat, and he warned that they're trying to rebuild their nuclear program and missile capabilities. He also reminded people that the U.S. has already taken action against Iranian sites, but the job isn't finished, is what he said. And while Trump said he'd prefer a diplomatic deal, he made it clear that the U.S. would use force if Iran moves toward getting a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, giving a warning last night. If we look at the worst case scenarios, walk us through the potential players who could get brought in.
So from my understanding, a war with Iran wouldn't just be the U.S. versus Iran. Israel would almost certainly be directly involved, and countries like the U.K. and some Gulf states could potentially help with bases, logistics, or defense support. Iran, in turn, though, would rely heavily on its regional allies and proxy groups. Those are like Hezbollah, we're talking about Hezbollah here, militias in Iraq and Syria, and also the Houthis, which could spread fighting across the Middle East in different areas. Russia and China most likely wouldn't fight directly, but they could back Iran politically or economically, meaning the conflict would likely become a pretty broad regional war with global ripple effects.
Yeah, Emma, thank you. A little later on, Emma will be back today.
AKA, y'all, it could start World War III out here if it really came down to it, because at the end of the day, Russia don't fuck with the United States. China don't fuck with the United States. And China kind of got a few African countries in their back pocket now, because, they've been sending a lot of money down there trying to build infrastructure and shit. So they might get some African countries to goddamn fight with them too. The really thing that comes down to it is like, this ain't like us bullying like Venezuela, y'all. Like, this ain't like that, y'all. This ain't no, we go down there and take their president and walk out and ain't nothing gonna really happen, because Venezuela ain't really got no goddamn, they got no warships. They ain't really got no fighter jets and shit. They really got shit that's there to protect their homeland. And obviously what we got, that shit didn't work too well. Iran, on the other hand, they will fight your ass. They some fighting people. Like Dante Wilder said, we fighting people. We always been fighting. They some fighting people over there. They got some resources. And with what they've been doing to the Islamic people, the Muslim people, the Arab people, even the blacks and all the other different people that practice the faith too, because it ain't just for one group of people, just like they think Jews are all white. Nah, motherfucker. I don't even think them motherfuckers real them that anyways. But they some fighting people down there, man. Them people been getting fucked with for a long time, bro. Like, the United States is literally trying to bully them right now. So it's like, man, you think them people, they've been fighting before, you think they won't fight now? A lot of people just really need to ask themselves a question like, why do this right now? And I'll just tell you straight up what I really think it is, man. Somebody don't want them Epstein files to come out, bro. It's a master of distraction. And then I'll start World War III if I release them goddamn files. That's what it seems like right now. That's what it seems like. But yeah, baby girl, it can lead to a lot worse than that. It could be World War III out this motherfucker if you really get down to it. And I believe this motherfucker's so stupid he'll do it. I ain't even gonna hold you. I think he's so stupid he'll do it. But let's keep going. Let's see what else they got.
Deeper into the potential scale of a war with Iran and what wars of this magnitude look like in years past. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner are set to meet with the Iranian delegation for negotiations in Geneva. This comes as the U.S. military has put together a show of force off the coast of the Middle East ahead of potential strikes in Iran. Let's go to Emma Withrow from the Fact Check.
Hold on. Real quick. Let me think about this too, though. Like, y'all remember when Netanyahu was over there striking Hamas and stuff, and they were supposed to be at a point of they got a peace deal right now. They got a ceasefire or whatever going on, and they're supposed to negotiate. They were supposed to be negotiating, and then out of nowhere, Netanyahu just started firing off missiles at the motherfuckers. Like, in the beginning, the United States was kind of behind it, but a lot of Americans was like, nah, bro, that's kind of fucked up, bro. Y'all having peace talks right now, and y'all still striking these motherfuckers. It got to the point where Trump literally got on True Social or Twitter or whatever the fuck he was on and told Netanyahu, stop bombing. Like, literally just sent out a tweet, stop bombing. But then we turn around, like we telling another group, like, hey, man, you negotiating with them, don't be bombing them while you negotiating with them. Don't do that. We turn around, we negotiating with these motherfuckers about trying to get a nuclear deal because, Trump came in and tore up the deal that Obama got because, we can't have no deal on the table that a black dude had out there. So we got to rip that up, throw that shit out. Now we negotiating with him again for the second time because he threw that shit away the first term. Now in the second term, he trying to still negotiate a deal. Never got one done. And while he negotiating with him, he starts striking the motherfuckers. And you wonder why people like Israel look at America like they stupid. It's like, bitch, don't ever tell us not to keep killing these people that we want to kill just because we negotiating with them. Y'all motherfuckers doing it. Turned right around and did it themselves. Struck these motherfuckers in the morning time. Usually, the United States like to come at nighttime. They came in the morning time because, Iran was on alert during nighttime. They came during the morning time and struck these motherfuckers. Why are you negotiating with them? Ain't that about a hypocrite? Y'all don't do that shit. We gonna turn around and do it a couple months later, though.
Team and the world was watching here, Emma. The last time the U.S. struck Iran, it was targeted. We were talking brief strikes. What are analysts expecting here?
So different analysts have different perspectives, but Max Boot, who is a foreign policy analyst, he wrote a really interesting piece that was published by the Council on Foreign Relations, and he essentially argues the U.S. military is quietly...
Yeah, dude, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. You right about that hurricane during business hours. Man, look, no bullshit. I got a video where they were actually talking to like some people that were on the ground. It's like, yeah, these folks just dropping their kids off at school and shit. They over here literally going to get their morning paper route out the way and shit. Like they literally early in the morning, these people getting up, getting ready to go to breakfast and shit. And this dumbass motherfucker told these people to stay inside. Motherfucker, do you know a bomb can still blow up the inside of a building? You might want to get the fuck out of the town, out of the cities that y'all striking. Shit, goddamn, United States, give a heads up. You act like Iran gonna be able to stop your missiles. Give them a heads up, let them know, hey, man, we got to strike the fuck out of this town right here, man. Tell you people to get the fuck up out of there. Now, y'all just going, people just in their car driving to school. Boom, goddamn bomb blowing up. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, man, y'all call, and you talking about people causing terror. Iran causing terror. What the fuck you think you're doing to them people over there right now in that city, in that country? What do you think you're doing? You causing terror. You scaring the fuck out of these people. And you killing people at the same time. But either way, though, I'm sorry. You're right about that hurricane during business hours. Crazy. I was kind of confused when they said their week starts off on Saturday. Maybe it's Sunday for them right now. I don't know. Either way, though, their week started today.
Signaling that a war with Iran could be a lot longer and a lot riskier than
Hell yeah, it's gonna be longer.
He warns that Iran still has enough short-range and anti-ship missiles to hit U.S. bases and some of that Gulf oil infrastructure, which could spike global oil prices. Boot also stresses in this piece.
Y'all heard that? Oh, hold on. You said something about that? Oh.
Boot also stresses in this piece that which could spike U.S. bases and some of that Gulf oil infrastructure, which could spike global oil prices. Boot also stresses in this piece that
hey, does that man just want all the oil? Hey, he already about to take Venezuela shit. Like he trying to go to the Middle East and get that oil too. Trying to get that oil. Like Jesus Christ. Oil is about to be a non-fucking factor, bro, and y'all motherfuckers still keep trying to get that oil.
A sustained campaign could quickly drain U.S. precision weapons, strain some already stretched forces, and pull some resources away from other global threats that are happening, all without really any guarantee that Iran would give in or that the U.S. would have a clear way out.
Say that shit again, girl. Hold on. Let her say that again right here, bro. Really listen to this shit.
U.S. precision weapons, strain bases, quietly signaling that a war with Iran could be a lot longer and a lot riskier than President Trump seems to think. He warns that Iran still has enough short-range and anti-ship missiles to hit U.S. bases and some of that Gulf oil infrastructure, which could spike global oil prices. Boot also stresses in this piece that a sustained campaign could quickly drain U.S. precision weapons, strain some already stretched forces, and pull some resources away from other global threats that are happening, all without really any guarantee that Iran would give in or that the U.S. would have a clear way out of this whole thing.
And looking back, for many of us, when we think invasion,
all them resources gonna be gone, y'all. All them resources gonna be gone and dead in the water. And it's like, y'all motherfucking healthcare just got fucked up. Motherfucker just increased the price of your goddamn healthcare because he took away the Obama subsidies. So, you know, you got people out here that's questioning, can they even go to the damn doctor and shit? Can they even afford it? Can they even afford to keep the insurance that they do have? You got farmers out here that can't sell their products because, you know, all these tariffs that this motherfucker want to put on other countries. So now other countries are going to other countries to buy products that they were normally buying from the United States. Oh, we got enough money to go bomb Iran and possibly start another war. Them ships been outside of Iran's coast for I don't know how long, bro. Y'all really, a lot of Americans do not really understand how much money it costs to operate even just the smallest warship we have. You got all the crew members, you got all that food on that goddamn shit, because usually you got to be able to last at least 9 months at the bare minimum while you at sea. You got enough rations for at least 9 months on that bitch. You paying everybody that's on that motherfucker. And a lot of that shit's tax-free when they on a deployment, because they consider that shit a deployment. All that gas, all that fuel, all that oil that you got to use. And that's just for the smallest one. You're going to be spending in the billions. If you going for like fucking a week, you easily in the $1 billion. These motherfuckers got about fucking 17 of them hoes out there. And I'm talking about the big ones too. And you wonder why, you want to say it's the illegal immigrants taking your money? You want to say it's these migrants that come over here and still in the Somalian community? Bitch, look at all the money they spending right now. How much you think them rockets cost that they use to strike that? Man, dude, it was like 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million, 3 million. And they still shooting them hoes off. Like, bro, you wonder where your money at, bro? Like, where's it going? Like, it ain't nobody in this country that's a problem for you besides the motherfuckers who run the country. That's y'all problem. It ain't your neighbor. It ain't that motherfucker Jose down the street. It ain't no motherfucker coming over here from goddamn Botswana, none of that shit, man. It's your own motherfucking government. And it's crazy that people keep falling for this. All that, this long drawn out. How much money did we lose when it came to the war in Iraq and Afghanistan? Because obviously motherfuckers don't care about the lives of Americans that lost their lives over there over a bullshit ass lie. Just think about all the money. I think we broke $1 trillion on that shit easily. I think we broke $1 trillion easily. That's where most of our debt be coming from. This bullshit right here. But either way, I'm sorry. Let me stop ranting.
Of Middle East, Saddam Hussein comes to mind.
Yeah.
Which defining moments stand out to you?
So the last time that the U.S. launched a true full-scale invasion, like you said, in that Middle East region was in Iraq in 2003. When U.S. forces went in, they toppled Saddam Hussein. They occupied the country for years. Since 2003, the U.S. has still used force in the Middle East, like in the fight against ISIS in Iraq and Syria starting in 2014, airstrikes in Yemen, and also there was those targeted operations against Iran-backed groups that happened, but those really haven't been full-scale invasions or formally declared wars. And just to put things into perspective here, to remind everyone, estimates from the Brown University's Cost of War say the Iraq War cost the U.S. more than $2 trillion, killed over 4,400 American troops, and wounded around 32,000. Also, it contributed to hundreds.
Hold up. Say them numbers again, baby girl. Jesus Christ. Because, you know, we always got these physical conservatives, right? Let's hear them numbers again.
Cost the U.S. more than $2 trillion, killed over...
More than $2 trillion. Let's see how many American soldiers lost their lives.
4,400 American troops and wounded...
4,400. For y'all don't know what 4,400 is, that's 4,400 people lost their lives for this bullshit.
Around 32,000.
Just American soldiers, though, because we killed a lot of civilians over there.
Also, it contributed to hundreds of thousands of Iraqi deaths. So devastating conflict.
Hundreds of
Obviously, no one
thousands.
wants to see something like that happen again.
Emma, thank you. Very true. And for more on this Factor Team topic, including links to
I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all the way they do math in their head is, look, they take out fucking 10 of us, man. We got to take out at least 2,000. That seems about fair. That's the way they do math in their head, bro. That's the way they do math in their head. The sick ass individuals, bro. But for a lot of Americans, I hope y'all waking up to what the hell is actually going on. Because, like, look, man. This ain't what you think it is, bro. Everybody think this shit sweet in America. We just gonna go in there and fuck them up. That ain't how wars fought, bro. That is not, you go for strategic points. You try to take out people in power to win a war. You don't just go in there and just murk everybody. A lot of Americans, I be hearing them, just murk them. Bomb them. They just like kill civilians type shit on some sick ass shit. And a lot of them actually are in positions of power in our government right now. People that had that mindset. But that ain't how you win no motherfucking war, bro. You got to take out the leadership. That's the number one thing. Take the leadership out. You can do it many ways. You can turn the citizens against their own leadership, or you can actually get up in there and go get them motherfuckers and then try to forcefully persuade people to go the way you want to go. But it ain't no just bombing them the fuck out that motherfucker. That ain't gonna never stop nothing. That ain't gonna never stop nothing. So you think this shit just gonna be easy and sweet? Like these people ain't gonna protect their folks and they gonna defend their land? You sadly mistaken, bro. This shit gonna last a while. And speaking of this shit lasting a while, because motherfuckers want to sit around and act like these folks is gonna be some lay down folks. And I just want y'all to understand, like, I ain't saying they're gonna win nothing, but I'm just saying though, it's gonna be a problem. These folks ain't finna sit down and just keep taking that shit, man. They gonna fight back. Look at this shit. They already striking American bases overseas. They already on it, bruh. Look, they already on it. It ain't even 12 o'clock my time right now. It ain't even 12 o'clock. I got 12 minutes till 12. 12 minutes till 12 and all this shit going on. 11 minutes now. This shit, man. All that smoke in the air early in the morning on Saturday. Might be Sunday for them. These folk playing. You see all the missile trails. You see all the trails for the smoke coming off them bitches where they in shot. They out there shooting, bro. They got a lot of missiles. I don't know what the hell them motherfuckers showing right there. They just let them motherfuckers showing the sky and shit, showing streaks from where they was flying, but they was flying real squiggly wiggly. They're flying like that. Iran, you got to get the missiles up, bro. Well, obviously y'all was trying to, but you know, they don't want y'all to have shit. So you know they just gonna keep striking the fuck out y'all ass. But nah, man, it was crazy to wake up this morning and see that goddamn shit. I'm like really, bro? That's what type of time we on, man. Like, and I truly believe, man, this is to hide a lot of the shit that's going on with them Epstein files, man. I'm not even gonna bullshit with you. That's what I'm on because, like, dude, there's no reason, there's no point for this to be going on right now. You in talks with these motherfuckers, keep talking. What's gonna change tomorrow? What's gonna change the day after that? You could drag this shit out to the time you get out of the White House. What's the point? What was the initiative? What is the urgency to strike these people? Did BB call you? Did BB call you and tell you something that you wanted to hear? I told you to do something that your ass need to do? Did BB call you? That's all I really want to know. Did BB call that motherfucker? Because BB might have gave him a call. Because it always seems like we get up and jump every time somebody in another country needs some goddamn help by something. This shit don't make no damn sense, man. Like, I think a lot of Americans need to take a step back and actually reevaluate what the hell is actually going on right now, because this shit ain't it, bro. This shit ain't it at all. This shit is not it. But I ain't gonna linger on that, y'all. I ain't gonna linger on that because, you know, a lot of people, they voted for that. That's what they wanted. So I'm like, that's what you're gonna get. That's what you get. I'm just sit back here and chill, mind my business, and do what I need to do. But it is the last day of Black History Month, y'all. So I am gonna get a quick little video in here real quick about this because I don't know if I talked about what happened at the BAFTA Awards, but We're gonna speak about it right now. And shout out to Antonio Speaks. Is this Antonio Speaks? No, it's Antonio Talks. He on the Antonio Talks channel this time. Yeah, we about to cover one of his videos real cool. Like, he gonna talk about this shit, man. Because what Michael B. Jordan and I forget the other dude name had to go through, man. That was some bullshit. Either way, though, man, let's check this out real quick. Like, let's see what we got.
So Black History Month is coming to an end. And I just want to say this. This has been one hell of a month. Like I said, man, in 2025 and 2026, we are seeing such a rise of normalized racism. I finally got my hands on the Malcolm X autobiography. I'm currently halfway through the book, but so many situations that he's talking about and he's bringing up are valid in 2026. Mind you, he's going through these things in the 1940s, the 50s, the 60s, and it still has relevance in 2026. Like, for example, I see this a lot with the raccoons. You know, that's why I call out these anti-black people so much. He stated how a lot of the black people, they'll get good jobs and then they'll just try to assimilate, and they think that white people view them the same way. This is still valid in 2026. Obviously, it's not all white people, but it is a good bit where we can talk about it. Recently, a white woman had these words to say about black people when she thought her mic was muted.
Like they're too dumb to know they're in a bad school. I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You gotta stop.
So they blur her.
Hey, look, you heard what the guy said? He said it's absolutely hearable. He didn't say it's absolutely disgusting or condemn her for that. Just like, he just said, we can hear you and you need to stop talking. It's like, I love that response.
Face in the Zoom call, but this is the woman that made those remarks, Allison Friedman. Like I said, bro, I appreciate bold racism. It's better to know that you don't like me. You know, I don't like this hidden dog whistle type of racism. Like, say that shit with your chest. First off, I want to point out, she's talking about somebody too dumb. You the dumb one, you forgot to mute your mic. But she was saying,
facts. Like, it's crazy. You call somebody else dumb, you don't even know how to do this. Y'all see how easy that was just to mute my mic? She can't even do that. But she calling other people dumb. Okay.
If you train them long enough, they'll begin to go to the back or something like that, right? But this is just symbolic of what I see in society nowadays. We got all these black people giving out N-word passes. We got black people saying, I'm black and I didn't find it offensive. We got all these, it's not that deep, constantly training you to take disrespect and take racism. And just like Malcolm X stated, a lot of these people will never, see us in the same light as them. They'll always look down on us.
The video of that white professor talking about black people is exactly how white people are when there aren't people of color around. If you haven't seen it, this white woman could be heard in the middle of a Zoom meeting interrupting because her mic was not muted. She said things like, these kids are too dumb to know that they're in a bad school, or that's how it is with black people. You teach them to sit at the back of the bus. Eventually, I guess they fall in line, basically saying that if you can break down black people's confidence enough, they won't even try to fight back. While she has since come out.
And I don't know if y'all watched the remake of the show Bel Air. That is embodied perfectly in that show. Carlton, the character in that show, he's around all of these white people. He's assimilated. So it's a scene where in the locker room, Carlton's around all his white friends and they're listening to Bobby Shmurda, right? And the white dudes are all saying the N-word. Will busts in like, what the fuck? What y'all on, right? He's mad, like rightfully so. Carlton is just like, bro, chill, it's not that deep. Something that we see in today's society. But I also look at it in the other lens as well. Carlton was one of the only black people in that school. When he first joined, he probably was fighting all day, telling people to stop. But over time, you get tired of fighting. We've been talking about it forever and shit just still, But you have to keep, what I'm saying? You got to continue to buck at it, no matter what.
Saying, oh, I was actually trying.
Yeah. We don't need no lay down boys out here, y'all. Like, for real, as black folks, we don't need no lay down folks. Fuck all that lay down shit. You want to lay down, take your ass over there with them and lay down with them. Let them stomp on your head, let them spit in your face all day long. Go lay down over there with them. Don't be sitting up here in our face and then letting them motherfuckers do bullshit. Nah, take your ass over there with them. You cool with it? You cool with the abuse? Take your ass over there. You out the group, bro. And the sad part, we got to start cutting motherfuckers off like that. Because those people be the cancer and the detriment to every movement, everything that we be trying to get around here. You got black people out here talking about black people don't need reparations. They just need to work hard. Shut your bitch ass up and go to the back of the line. That's what I tell that person. Shut the fuck up and go to the back of the line. Matter of fact, get the fuck out the line. Go on over there with them folks. We don't need that shit around. We need to get that shit clear away from us. Don't be no lay down boy. Don't be no lay down girl, bro. Fuck no.
to explain systemic racism to my child,
Nah.
I know for a fact that this is not true. And the reason is, like I said at the start of the video, this is how white people talk about black people or brown people when it's just white people, when they're in the comfort of their own homes. I have literally heard it. It is a very consistent pattern among white people. Also, if you were explaining systemic racism to your child, you would not use it that way. You would not explain it in those terms. You would focus on an empathetic approach about how society.
And this white lady hitting right here, because you wouldn't use a term, you wouldn't say nigga. You wouldn't say none of that shit that way if you was trying to break down systemic racism. You was over there talking shit. You was over there just being racist. She's just being racist while she's at work. You know, the group that works so hard and, you know, always get shut out because they're giving shit to the minorities, and you're at work on a Zoom call saying racist shit. Because you didn't think your mic was unmuted. Okay. Working real hard, yeah.
Tries to break down black individuals, but the way she said it was definitely not that way. Let me know what you think, and you should go watch the video yourself.
And I want to show love to this young lady. She uses her platform as a perfect example to call out racism and to call out the things that she see in her, you know, own life. And whether you realize it or not, man, a lot of white people, y'all do have a privilege. More people will listen to y'all talk about things than they will listen to it from us. Society worldwide has always taught that white is good, black is bad. So if they hear something coming from, you know what I'm saying, a white brother, they're going to hear you out more. So if you are white and you do want to make a change, bruh, speak out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Do your research, talk out about it. You might make some of your friends mad, but fuck them niggas.
A fan yells a slur as a black student takes a free throw at a high school basketball game. Take a listen.
Look at this shit.
Planet Fitness.
Oh, we got commercials, y'all.
On this planet.
Yeah, y'all go work out, man. Y'all know y'all need to be in the gym anyway, bruh. A lot of y'all fat.
Unlock the world's...
I don't do that 4X shit. I don't know nothing about that.
See if the referee talking to him got in his head.
All right, so here we had a basketball game. Somebody gonna yell the N-word at a kid. Ain't this amazing?
Referee talking to him got in his head. Lefty shoots, and he bricks.
That's sad, bro. Like, just it's really dumb. I don't, like I said, I have tough skin. I have really tough skin because, like I said, I've been dealing with this shit since I was 10, 11 playing a game. So I kind of got numb to the N-word.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all get on Call of Duty, bro. You see it a lot. You see it a lot on Call of Duty, man. These motherfuckers be talking crazy on there. They be saying, man, be some like outwardly like, man, why y'all just want to get on here and talk? Because most of these motherfuckers wouldn't say that shit in your fucking face. So that'd be the funny part about it. But it's like they'll get on a video game and they just be hurling slurs and gay jokes. And I'm like, dude, that is not how dudes, and I know motherfuckers want to say locker room talk shit. That, for the black dudes, that ain't how we talk with each other. I can't speak for the Hispanics. I can't speak for the Asians. But I know the whites talk like that. The white dudes, they talk like that. They do a lot of gay shit and they say some real foul ass, not even humor. Like some people say dark humor. It's not even fucking humor. It's just some sick ass shit. I've seen them do it. Black groups, I don't see us really talking like that. I don't know about the Hispanics and the Asians. I don't know about them. But I know we don't talk like that. And people be trying to, whatever the fuck, man.
I've always had my rebuttals, though. I always would get on a nigga if they called me that shit. But as a non-black person, you don't understand how demoralizing it is. Like, there's a stigma that words, you know, don't break you. But it do to some people. Okay? Like, it does.
This was Goodrich versus Kearsley in Michigan. I think I'm saying that in high school, right? But it happened a couple of days ago in Michigan. And the person who yelled the slur has been identified as a Goodrich student. Now, kudos to officials that were there, school officials from both sides. They immediately paused the game. They cleared the student section because the person who yelled it would not come forward. So they cleared the student section and was able to identify the student who yelled this during the game. Now, school officials say that that person, that student has been disciplined, but they
what do they
not
mean by discipline, though?
On the extent.
We gave him a nice stern talking to. We gave Billy a nice stern talking to and told him that's unacceptable in our school. You can't be yelling that out when you're in the school, Billy. Now, if you want to do it on the bus, you want to do it at home, you want to do it around your friends, Billy, you do it all you want, but you will not do that in this school. That's what we did. We gave him a stern talking to. Say, bitch, y'all should expel that kid from the goddamn school, like on some real shit. And we want to get some real get right, because that's exactly what that community would argue for if somebody in our community did something similar to that thing. But at the bare minimum, ban him from basketball games. You can't come back to the basketball games for the rest of the year. You can't be doing that. You giving the town a bad look. No. We disciplined and we ain't gonna tell y'all nothing about it. They gave Billy a nice stern talking to. I guarantee you that's all it was. Good talking to. No suspension, no ISS, just a good old stern talking to. All right, let's keep going.
Of that punishment.
Yeah. So another situation we're going to talk about is this whole subway queen incident.
She was on the subway when an altercation sparked between her
I ain't heard about
black
this.
woman. Apparently, the black woman were defending some guy that she was sitting next to, where she wouldn't move or she buzzed her. I don't know the exact details, and it seems like no one does. The black woman yelling at her, calling her a lot of names. And when the woman leaves the subway station and the doors are about to close on her, and the black women are still yelling insults to her, she says the N-word hard R and then leaves as the doors close. Now, this sparked a whole dialogue on if she was valid for saying the N-word since the black women were yelling at her and calling her names.
So after the incident, the girl ended up getting on camera and doing videos. Look at these comments. As a black woman, you had every right to call those hood rats that word. Hail to the subway queen. Whole time they're going to click on this page and it's not even a, this is not a black woman. This is not a black woman. This is not, yeah, they be lying. They be lying. And this is the thing, y'all. I love a friendly roast session, okay? It's nothing wrong.
And y'all go check that shit too, man. Look, that's why I don't even really be paying attention to, especially now that I done got over on TikTok a little bit, doing a little TikTok now. But oh yeah, make sure y'all go like, subscribe, or follow, or whatever the fuck they call it over there. But I see a lot of that shit in the comments, man. It be a lot of people with these different emojis and different pictures and shit. And you go to their profile and it's like, look, they'll be like, as a black person, I don't know one black person that get on there, get into a comment section and say, as a black person, and then make their statement. Motherfuckers just make their statement. It's a lot of people trolling out here. Like, dude, we just found out that a lot of these goddamn Republican goddamn tweets that were going around trolling people on the left side during the election, man, that shit was out of India, man. They were farming these motherfuckers. They were paying these motherfuckers to just leave nasty comments to anything that was liberal. What ain't white folks saying that shit? Because a lot of them ain't even bold enough to say it online. But a lot of these folks that be talking about as a black person, man, y'all look at that account. Go look at their account when they say that dumb shit. And most of them motherfuckers ain't black. They ain't black. That's a black person. They were trying to sway all the other white folks. It's all right. Look, the one black person said it was okay. That's the type of shit they be on. Bro, don't fall into that dumb ass shit right there, bro.
Wrong with that. But what you realize is that a lot of these white people, they don't know how to roast without being racist. Insults are roasting to them when it's like, come on, bro, that's lazy. And y'all, crazy thing is, man, look at this. She had a black boyfriend, or she was, bouncing on black Diggy Lane. And we see this all the time. We'll see white women try to use the excuse of, oh, I'll talk to black dudes for them not being racist when they don't mean shit. Just because you talk to a black person don't mean you're not racist. But yeah, man, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, the slave master used to sleep with the slaves. The slave master wife used to sleep with the slaves. How do you think all these mixed babies got around here? Think all these light-skinned ass niggas got around? Even though we do got all shades. Like, when you mixing of different races and genetics and shit, it will lighten the skin a little bit. Like, come on, man. Like, look, I love that shit. Because y'all remember, like, a few years ago, I'll say probably about, like, 10 years, I'll say where it was actually very prevalent, for that was a talking point. Where, like, if somebody, you was calling out a white person for being racist and shit, the first thing out their mouth was, I have a black friend. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Y'all they be calling me racist all the time on here. So you racist against white people. Would you think they'd accept my excuse that I got a lot of white friends? I even got white friends that are racist, like blatantly, outwardly racist. I know they racist. They didn't say a racist shit. I'm like, I had to slap them in their face. I know they racist, but they cool peoples though. They just racist. Like, will I get a pass? You think they'll give me a pass? Fuck no. Ain't get no motherfucking pass around here. So why the fuck y'all want us to accept that shit? It's like, yeah, I sleep with black. Nothing. You could drink black people bath water and still be racist against black people, bro. You might have a fetish. That shit's crazy, man. Let's keep going though. I used to laugh at that. I remember hearing that so much, bro, in like the 2010s. I have a black friend. I can't be racist. What is your black friend at work that bring you your mail because he work in the mail room or some shit? Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Crazy. And as a whole, I am so proud of the way that black people handled the BAFTA situation. I want to state this, bro. We all understand that the man has Tourette's. He has a disability. But with that being the case, he should have apologized immediately. No matter if he did it on accident or not, he hurt people. I remember this one time I was pushing this cart in the store and I had my twins with me, and I still feel bad about doing this to this day, right? But I'm pushing the cart. My sons, they doing all type of dumb stuff, touching on everything. Boom, I hit a lady in the back of her heels. Oh my, Y'all know how that shit hurt. That shit hurt like crazy. It was an older white woman. When I tell you I felt so bad, I immediately, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, bro, like I hit her hard. I was like, ma'am, do you need anything? Do you need me to carry your groceries to the car? Like, I apologize. I felt so bad. She was like, no, and told me that she understood, right? And I just went on about my day. And just like I say, looking back, I still feel horrible about that situation. I brought that example up to say this. Even though I didn't mean to hit that lady with my car, I still apologized and took full-on responsibility. And what you got to understand is y'all have to stop telling black people how to feel about taking disrespect. We are the most disrespected group of people in the entire world. And I'm gonna give you some more information. At those BAFTA awards, they cut out Free Palestine and they cut out homophobic slurs, but they left in the N-word because they don't fucking respect us.
And I deep dove. Matter of fact, I think I might have talked about this, but I guess we talking about it again now because that just reminded me of a talking point that I had about this. Matter of fact, I might have just did a short on this shit. But either way, though, at that awards when Michael B. Jordan and the other guy from Sinners was announcing that award, like the motherfucker yelled out, nigga. He didn't say nigga, he said nigger. He said it with the hard R. So it's like, all right. And then it was like all these white people coming out trying to defend the guy, man. And it was crazy. I'm like, matter of fact, let me get him off screen real quick. Like, I'm gonna come on regular screen. So they trying to defend the dude, and I get it, man. I'm like, look, he got Tourette's, man, and we all need to be understanding of people that have these disorders that they don't have any control over. But if I do something wrong, even if it's unintentional and it harms somebody else, you would think that you would have the compassion and the understanding to at least apologize. Like, look, I didn't mean to say that, but I'm sorry. Like, that's just like being a grown-ass adult. But no. That was not the case, y'all. Because the motherfucker never apologized. But in turn, that community turned around and told us that we need to stop crying like bitches and shit and suck it up. He got Tourette's. Now y'all want to be against mentally ill people. It's like, dude, it's not about that. It's about common decency, morality, something that don't seem to be inside your soul. Because if I accidentally threw a little girl's doll away, I would apologize for it, even though I didn't mean to do it. If I fucking accidentally kicked somebody or bumped into somebody, fucking hurt somebody, like, no, I'm gonna apologize for it, even though I didn't mean to do it. But motherfuckers are so, and that's why I say they on code, and that I don't think the motherfucker said it by accident, me personally. You'll get behind that shit and tell everybody else that they're overreacting. They're the ones with the problem. When you just said some hurtful, demeaning shit to somebody else. It's like that whole victim blaming shit. You know, they always want to say black people want to play the victim, but I'm like, you kind of did just do something to me, and now you telling me I'm wrong for even saying something about it. Like, common decency would have been to apologize and move on, and it wouldn't have been no goddamn issue. And then we could have had a greater deep talk about Tourette's and how that affects people and how many people are living with it and shit. Because supposedly this person has a special case of Tourette's. But me personally, I think it's kind of weird that you say people have Tourette's, and when a black person walk around, magically nigger just keep coming out your motherfucking mouth. But when you was around a whole bunch of other white people, it wasn't coming out. But you telling me it's not racial. Like, I understand it say stuff about taboo and shit, but I think that's kind of weird that, you know, when you get around a certain group of people, you start saying slurs that are derogatory towards them. But you don't do that shit when you're around your people. But you still got Tourette's though, right? I'm just saying. We gonna start having a lot of people come out. I bet money you're gonna start seeing people on the internet talk about they got Tourette's when they get caught up saying some racist shit. Oh, I got a mild case of Tourette's. I'm surprised they ain't started doing that shit yet. They might start doing it now, y'all. I don't know. They might start doing it now. That might be a quick little keep them at bay for a little while fucking tactic. But I ain't trying to give y'all advice because y'all good at coming up with ways to try to hide y'all racism. But either way though, let's keep going, man. I'm sorry.
And that shit has to end. I love how black people coming behind this situation. A lot of us are no longer tolerating disrespect.
Y'all.
No homo. Like I said, bro, I am very comfortable with my sexuality. This young man is very handsome. Probably one of the most handsome men that I've ever came across.
Hey, hold up real quick. Like,
boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
Bro, we know that's you with your glasses off. Stop trying to big up yourself. We see that.
I'm gonna let him finish talking though. The abuse and the excuses that come behind this shit. What you will notice is that black people always have to be the bigger person. We always have to be understanding. We always gotta have nuance to things. No, fuck that. And I promise you, bro, we have to keep applying this pressure to every situation. When them folks disrespect the Jews, man, they get you know what I'm saying, business gets handled. That's how we have to be the same way, bro. Like, people have to stop disrespecting us, dog. He's speaking facts, but I want to talk about a specific comment I came across, man. Look, y'all, this Sergio dude, he commented on the video and he put basically he's trying to be racist. This is Sergio, y'all, a Mexican with F ICE in his bio. Someone said, you're doing all of this while saying F ICE is crazy. So you being racist to one group while trying to fight racism from another group is the most idiotic thing I've seen. And then they dropped a picture of this, which is facts. That's the end of this video, though, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. All my black.
If y'all didn't get that part about Rico, Rico was on there talking shit, telling black people to get the fuck over it, but he got fuck ICE in his profile. He want to stop ICE from racially targeting his community and shit and doing them wrong, but he feel perfectly fine talking shit and trying to discriminate against black folks. Hold on, where that old white lady at? I got that old clip of that old white lady.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
That's not that's not how that works, buddy. At all, bro. Like, at all, bro. It be crazy to me, man, because he be saying, I'm a black Republican. It's like, dude, they don't fucking fuck with you, bro. It be tripping me out with a lot of folks that be on that type of time, y'all. I'm not even bullshitting with you. All these people that be on that type of time they be thinking that they funny folks, bro. Like, they for them, they gonna show them how much they for them, and they gonna accept them and bring them into the fold and shit, and it's gonna be great, you know. It be funny, man. But look, this is my last video because it's leading straight to the point that I want to make right here, bro. What if I told y'all there was a motherfucker of Hispanic descent that was working for immigration enforcement, aka ICE, Border Patrol, working for them to help them round up illegals? Clearly a paid government job with these motherfuckers. They went through the screening and everything, got the job, been working there for years, bro. And he showed up one day and he locked his ass up. Oh, God. Y'all, I want y'all to see it, man. This for Jose in the last one, bro. Jose, I hope you see this video, bro. Because it's about to be bad, bro. I want y'all to see this, bro. I ain't even playing. And shout out to the amazing Lucas for this one, bro. Because this shit was funny, bro. This shit was funny as hell. It's like, nigga, you was on a team, bro. You was helping them out. They locked your ass up. If y'all don't believe me, bro, watch this shit right here, bro. Watch this shit right here.
This story broke me.
Oh, God, it's about to be funny, y'all.
Oh, my goodness. So have y'all ever come across a story that was so funny that you couldn't laugh? And that's what I feel is I'm experiencing right now. I'm reading this story, writing down the script, getting the graphics and all this, and I feel like I have constipation of laughter. It's so funny that I can't laugh. So maybe you guys get a laughter out of it. How the story goes is that you have this man who works in IT. His name is Angel Camacho, right? And he works for Border Patrol.
I have a master's degree in telecommunication. I've been working.
Hey, look. I'm surprised they even hired you, bro. You sound like you illegal. She trying to be funny, bro. But I'm just saying, damn, his last name Camacho. Bro, man, hold on. Let him start. He rocking the white boy glasses too. Bro, he trying to fit in, bro. He got the slick over. Got the button-up shirt on. Bro, he trying to play the part. He trying to play the part, bro. All right, let him go. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
And he works for Border Patrol.
I have a master's degree in telecommunication. I've been working on telecommunication field all my life.
IT, Border Patrol. And he's going in to work like any other day. And let's have Angel explain what happened.
You went there to do your job.
Yeah.
And what did you get?
Handcuff.
That's correct. He gets handcuffed. And once he gets handcuffed, well, he then goes down to Alligator Alcatraz.
And he says a month-long stay at the Everglades detention camp that the state calls Alligator Alcatraz.
And he explains how it's the worst thing ever, right? He's like, oh no, he's bad, he's world bad.
That's the worst nightmare that I've been. That's not a place to to nobody, especially if you never commit any crime.
And I just want to take a second to fully embrace the irony of an illegal immigrant. Now, mind you, he wasn't an illegal immigrant when he got here, okay? He came here on a visa in 2016, and he's been trying to get permanent residency, after 2016, because he came here on a temp visa. And he got married, right? He got a job at the Border Patrol and all this. And they handcuffed him and took him to Alligator Alcatraz, which is not.
And I want y'all to really catch this, because a lot of people ain't get this. In the United States of America, and I've been calling this shit out for a long time, and I seem like I'm the only motherfucker that keep calling this shit the fuck out. In the United States of America, it is illegal to hire somebody that is not a U.S. citizen. All right? Now, if they got a work visa, you got to work around, you got an HB21, all that shit, you can work around those things. But what they said was, he came over on a visa and it expired, and he been trying to get legal citizenship ever since. But he been working for the federal government for how many years? It was the same thing I said about when they were talking about all these illegals coming over here. I'm like, okay, look, I ain't got no problem with y'all deporting these people. I never have a problem with you getting criminals out the country, people that done broke the law, whatever the fuck. If they not here, they weren't born here, y'all set the rules, I'm cool with that. But also, are y'all going to also enforce, the other law that say it's illegal to hire these motherfuckers? Because I see y'all running up at Home Depot grabbing motherfuckers. I see y'all running up in all these plants and these construction sites. Are y'all going to go after the construction site or the plants, these farms that's hiring these people and lock them up too? Oh, no. We don't do that. And I see why now. Because the federal government doing it. And they ain't going to hold you. I done seen people that were illegals that were not legal citizens of the United States in the military with me. Like, literally, came over here, got hemmed up, and the motherfucker sat up there and lied to him right in their face, said, you joined the military, serve 4 years, we'll give you citizenship. Ain't nowhere in the law where it say that shit. But guess what? It was a lot of goddamn Jose's and Oscars and goddamn Hernandez's up in that motherfucker that were not legal citizens. And as soon as they finished their term, motherfucker, they were getting deported. They better hope they got married and moved the fuck up out of that bitch real quick, like before they came and grab their ass, because they would have fucking, what we call it, military police, MPs come to grab their ass. But either way, though, it's crazy, though. The United States government hired this dude, knowing that he didn't have legal citizenship, or a legal status in the country at the time. He was working to try to get that. But y'all hired him, though. And then y'all turn around and did what?
A good place. After that, they then put an ankle monitor on your boy. There's the laughter. I'm getting uncongested. I'm getting uncongested. They put an ankle monitor on your boy and told him, hey, listen, you got to stay here. After he paid, of course, the $5,000 bail to get out of Alligator Alcatraz.
Damn.
The real funny part is, it's not that the irony of him working for Border Patrol and getting arrested. The funny part that I found funny was at his boss, right? Because his boss was notified.
Oh, y'all, this part right here, y'all. And that's why I be trying to tell them motherfuckers, y'all think y'all cool with these people? These people like you? You talk shit about the black community and all that with shit. You think they got your back? Watch this shit. His boss that he been working for years. Watch what happened.
That I found funny was at his boss, right? Because his boss was notified of, essentially what was going to happen. Because they hit him up like, hey, we just want to make sure what time he's coming in so we can, welcome him. And
I want y'all to read that. I'm gonna read it out loud. Camacho's boss had provided his driver's license for security clearance and received confirmation he was approved to enter, according to a CBP email obtained by NBC6. We just need to know what time he is coming so we can be prepared, the correspondent stated. His boss knew they was coming to get his ass. His boss knew they were coming to get his ass. He been in there probably busting his ass, then stayed late some days, did some shit that he probably wasn't supposed to do for the goddamn boss. And the boss just fucking turned his ass over like a motherfucker, knowing he was illegal already. Let him work, though. You know what Trump got in there now? Hell no. Yeah, we gonna turn Camacho over. Camacho gotta go. Camacho got to go.
What time he's coming in so we can, welcome him. And his boss doesn't think, hey, let Let me speak to Camacho and see if this is all on the up and up. Like, Camacho, you aware of anything? Because what Trump did, you have to understand, the reason why this is happening, I would argue, is that Trump couldn't find enough illegal aliens, right? He couldn't find enough illegal criminal aliens. Because y'all remember, it was all about, hey, we're going to get the criminals first. We're going to focus on the criminals. That's what we got to do. We got to get rid of these violent immigrants that are here. And then lo and behold, there weren't a lot of violent immigrants. Now, there were a lot of Jose's out in the fields, picking the corn and picking the oranges and everything. There was a lot of Jose's in the laundromats going, oh, that'll be $2 for your laundry, dryer in the back. There was a lot of Jose's in ballet, okay? You just leave the keys in the car. That's what there was, okay? And we're gonna be honest. And Trump was like, you know what? Screw it. Get them all, bruh. We gotta boost these numbers. We gotta increase these numbers.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
So now he revoked all protections for those who are asylum seekers, refugee seekers, visas. All of them is now considered illegal immigrants. That's what they're now considered. You came in here legally, right? You came here, filled out the paperwork, got your refugee status, whatever it is. But now under Trump, you illegal.
The law has been the same for the past 30 years. And all of a sudden, the government decided to change the law. And we have this influx of litigation.
Damn. So now.
Yeah, guess what? Maybe y'all ass shouldn't have been down there in Miami talking about, let's go vote for Donald Trump. Maybe you shouldn't have been doing that dumb shit. That's why this shit funny to me, y'all. This shit funny as hell. Let's keep going.
Now this person gets swept up in all this, and his whole world is topsy-turvy, bro. Whole world topsy-turvy. That is, I'm not gonna lie, that's rough. That's gotta be rough. You got a whole wife, right? You got a job talking about I got a master's degree in IT. I'm like, bro, you educated. Okay, you're doing the job. You get swept up by the same people you were assisting. Damn. And I guess maybe this is a message to some of y'all out there. Hopefully y'all have learned by now that you shouldn't trust the lineage of evil. Black people were trying to warn you. Black people, even myself, was trying to warn white people. Listen, don't trust Trump. Don't do it. Don't do it. And we were called every name in the book. Oh, you just on the Democrat plantation. Oh, you need to open your eyes. Oh, he's the savior. He's going to make the country great again.
And I can attest to that. I done sat on here and went back and forth many a times with folks, and they sitting over here talking about we got Trump derangement syndrome and shit. That shit been called a racist for calling out a racist. Like, called it all out. Just like I said last night, man, black people, we always seem to be the moral compass or the moral backbone of this country. But, we get called out and criticized and demonized and all that woo shit. We be like, man, look, man, that motherfucker goddamn scratching his ass like a dog, bro. I think that's a dog. Nah, bro, that's a duck, bro. I'm like, look, man, the pink thing coming out, bro. Like, that's a dog, bro. Nah, bro, that's a duck, man. What the fuck wrong with you, cuz? I'm like, look, man, the motherfucker rolling on his back and shit, man. He got 4 legs and a paws and shit. And he got a long ass nose, bro. I think that's a dog for real. They be like, nah, nigga, you just hate that motherfucker. That's what we was dealing with. That's what we was dealing with. So, I kind of take a little pleasure in seeing this shit, y'all. I ain't even gonna bullshit. It might be a little cynical, but it is what it is, man. Like, look, let's keep going though, man. I'm with Lucas on this shit. Like, fuck it. Fuck it.
Now look what you are, bro. You got white people starving in the streets. You got white farmers talking about Trump, help us, please. You got white kids turning into white girls. I don't know what to tell you. You got hardworking, Cubans, Mexicans, Venezuelans, right? He was a Venezuelan, IT Venezuelan. They getting deported now. They getting deported. While we're bringing in H-1B visa workers because Trump doesn't believe the American people are smart enough to do these jobs. That's what he said. I didn't say it. So, you played yourself. Now, don't look to us. Please don't look to us for any type of sympathy, for us to unite in any type of protest, for us to do any of that, bro. Well, I tried telling people. Nobody wanted to listen. Now you get what you voted for. And recently, Trump has gone off on AI. I'm going to have to do a separate video on that. Because what this mofo wants to do is surveillance the entire American people, bro. Damn. Bro, it is literally, what's the movie with Tom Cruise? a minority report. That's what that mofo wants. If y'all think I'm joking, I'm not. I'm not at all. So this is what you voted for. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys.
Look, and with him saying that shit about the AI, man, I was about to make this the last video, man. It ain't gonna be the last video because I ain't gonna lie though. I saw something the other day, man. This dude he lost his job, and I applaud him for saying what he said, but I also have an issue with him saying what he said because he only said it under certain circumstances. But I'm gonna play this video for y'all so y'all can see what the fuck I'm talking about because the AI shit is crazy. But no, I don't feel no type of way like for Jose and shit. Camacho, whatever his goddamn name is. Cause like, dude, like you helping these motherfuckers, you working for these same people that are contributing to the harm being done to a lot of other people in this country. And for the people that don't know, because I know a lot of Americans are slow and I know they're really, really dumb. We got enough room in this goddamn country for probably about 20 to almost 50 million more people. Just throwing that out there to you. All that space in the Midwest, we can occupy it. A lot of y'all like cold weather and shit. We can send y'all ass up to goddamn Alaska, bro. We got room. We got a lot of islands that people don't even know about. Like a lot of people don't know Cubans are American citizens. Puerto Ricans are American citizens. They don't even know that. We got room over there too. We got the islands, you know, in the Bahamas and shit. We got that shit too. We got Guam. We got the fucking Marshall Islands over on the other side by California shit. We got a lot of land. We got Hawaii, bruh. We got room. We got room. But they want to sit here and keep on telling you no. It's like shit. They just don't want them to be, they don't want to be the minority or a minority group in this country. Because they wouldn't be the minority. They would be a minority. Where it's like, they're not the dominant group. It ain't like 57% to 57% white, and then the other goddamn fucking 42. Because you got to leave that room for that 1%. You know, it can go either way. You got they don't want to be in that 47% type shit. They want to be the number one group. Because then they'll feel like, you know, everybody else is just gonna gang up on them because they know what the fuck they done did to other folks. Like that'd be the craziest shit though. Tell me that ain't telling on yourself. Tell on yourself without telling on yourself. White people freaking out about becoming a minority in a country that they claim they have never done anybody wrong in. Because they freaking the fuck out. They truly believe that if other people gain power and influence in this country, they will do unto them what either they or their ancestors did unto their people or their ancestors. Plain and simple. That's what they truly believe. Because in their mind, they can't see that people just ain't evil. They just can't see it. They just can't fathom that, yeah, we did all this heinous shit to them. There's no way that they're not going to do it back to us. That's why they're so scared. They claim they don't know their history when they actually know the fucked up shit that they did. They just disregard it as if that's just empire building. That's just colonialism. That's just capitalism. That's just entrepreneurship. It's like they try to chalk it up to that. But let you chalk it up to that when you're doing it to them. Oh, no, they're afraid of that shit. They don't want that. They don't want that at all. But I'm about to show y'all something about this AI shit. Hurricane said, Viva Revolution. Viva la Revolution around this bitch, man. Like, for real, man. I don't know how they gonna do it, though, man, because it'd be hard for me to get behind that shit, especially if it start getting violent, bro, because I'm like, man, bro, they just got they got the infrastructure to warp the hearts and minds of people. Then on top of that, they got the technology and the surveillance and the equipment to actually put your ass down. I don't think American citizens have no fucking chance. Like, if somebody's like, I'm starting a revolution and I'm gonna come on, join me. I was like, look, bro, I'll be like, good luck with that. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'll be more inclined to get the fuck out the country before I would get to try to go against the motherfucker. Just for the simple fact that they have so much power, bro. If they can take a president from Venezuela overnight in a quick little fucking 3-4 hour fucking strike, like, bro, you telling me they can't find Kathy in goddamn Wicksburg, Alabama? If they wanted to. I'm like, I just don't know what motherfuckers think they gonna do against the federal government now. Like, the people that came before us gave up so many powers to the federal government and didn't fight against it to the point that, like, bro, that shit dead, bro. We thought it was crazy that they was blowing people up when that sniper, that one dude was sniping folks. I forget, it was a couple years ago. It wasn't a couple years ago. It was actually a good little minute ago. He was sniping people, and they found him in like a parking deck or something like that. And they sent a robot up there and blew his ass up. And everybody was freaking out. And I even said something about it. I said, bro, that was wrong. And I feel you, Hurricane. Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly, y'all. Make sure I said that. Allegedly. But yeah, they took that damn robot up there and had an explosive hook to it and blew his ass up. Pow! Gone. Body parts everywhere. And I was one of them people that was like outraged. I'm like, bro, they gonna use explosives on American citizens and shit. Like, dude, man, y'all know they got drones now. Y'all know they got drones. They fly them bitches in the hives now. They fly in hives. They be like maybe 50 of them hoes, all armed with explosives on it. Bro, they don't even gotta come to your house if they don't want to. If their end goal is just to mop you the fuck off. Bro, they got many ways of doing it. They got many ways of doing it. Many ways of doing it. It's gonna be really, really hard for the American citizens to want to try to do something against these folks, because bro, they got what they need, bro. But either way though, man, I'm just gonna play this last one about the AI shit, because this dude, he got fired from his AI job. He got fired from his AI job. Shout out to that boy Will. But yeah, he got fired from his AI job that he was doing, making 200+ K a year. But now that he got fired, y'all, he want to say something. He won't say something now. He was perfectly fine doing it while he was in there getting paid. But now that they fired him, now he understands magically now that it's wrong, and he wants to snitch on him. So I want y'all to understand the logic of this person right here. So don't try to hype this motherfucker like he a saint or nothing. He was perfectly fine with the shit being done while he was making money off of it. But as soon as he ain't making money off of it, now it's a fucking problem. You see, Hurricane said, I saw the new drones the size of paper clips. Like on some real ass shit, man. They got them bitches out there. They gonna get so microscopic, bro. It don't take a lot. You don't really need a lot. You just need a little filament that you can put these goddamn on there and fucking. Yeah, I ain't no engineer, motherfucker, but goddamn it, I done seen them do it. But either way though, let's check this out real quick, and we're gonna get out of here after this last one right here. So either way though, man, let's go ahead and get into this motherfucker right here.
Whoa, it's a beautiful day to do these reactions, man. Listen, like it before you light it, hit the sub before you hit the bud, join the team before you hit the green. He got laid off from his job due to AI. Now he's exposing everything. Let's get into this one, y'all.
So I was laid off from my corporate job making 200 grand a year. So
200 grand a year, y'all. That's a lot of money to be losing all of a sudden.
I'm going to go ahead and expose the AI companies and what their plan is. First thing you need to understand is the different stages of AI. First and foremost, you have stage one, which is just general AI, Gen AI. That is like your ChatGPT. You throw in an input, it gives you an answer. Pretty basic. Now, the second one is called agentic AI. And that is the one that is able to replicate all the things you do. This is what is taking most people's jobs right now. This is kind of the hot topic. But there's two more stages. The next one is artificial general intelligence. This is essentially AI having a brain. It can predict and forecast, and it's essentially learned enough from all of us that it's able to perform duties and forecast and pretty much get things done on its own. This tech actually exists right now. However, it is not available to the public, but there are companies that are, well, let's just say I won't mention them, that are using it.
Hey, listen, y'all, right now, artificial intelligence, at least the one that we have access to, isn't really artificial intelligence. It's just a really smart network of computers or whatever. It's not really thinking on its own. It has a large database of just things that it knows. So when you put something in, it just reflects and refers to that database to find the answer. It's not really thinking like how you and I can think. But he's saying that there are.
Let me hit Will out on that one, man. Look. A simpler way to explain it, pretty much you put a keyword in, it has all these computers on one server, on one big ass fucking server. And when you put that keyword in, it automatically jumps to a computer that specializes just in that word. And then everything that you add to it slowly compounds it, so they kind of find the exact one that you need to get your information from, and then it generates you an answer off of that. It's like, boom, I clicked red. Okay, automatically we're certified cutting out everything that's blue, green, purple, orange, whatever the fuck. We're only focusing on red. And then out of that dialogue, out of that category, we're going and finding everything else, depending on what you put into it. It's not really thinking. It's really just kind of taking you where you are you're directing it. with your prompts. When people using ChatGPT, you're pretty much prompting it, and it's just taking your directives, and it's going to find that. It's like I'm trying to find a fucking video that I made 2 years ago in my archive. Okay, what was that video titled about? Okay, boom, and it's just gonna circulate anything. Type in what, and it's gonna type up everything that came under what. It's that pretty much. But what he's saying is gonna get beyond that, where it will actually think. But either way, though, I'm gonna let Will keep going. He could have broken it down a little bit easier than that. I might have complicated it even more. Ain't no telling.
Are AIs out there that exist that actually do think, and it's probably only accessible to the military and shit like that, and really
governments, military governments, and corporations, the ones who actually either created it or the ones who are actually paying a lot of fucking money to use it. But yeah, they using it on you right now. They're using it just to get an advantage, man. A lot of these people that's in these positions are dumb as fuck, bro. They need these computers, and they got smart people around them that don't make as much money as they do creating this shit, and they benefit off of it. Usually the smartest person is not the person that runs the company. It's usually people that work inside the company.
Rich people at these companies, not us common folks.
And then lastly, there's super intelligence.
We peasants, nigga. We peasants.
Intelligence is like the ultimate form of AI. This is like the Terminator scene where they kind of have a brain of their own. They create their own ecosystems and essentially kind of take over. There's also some debates as to whether that exists currently or not. Just being in some meetings, I will tell you, it does. The issue with all of this is that it is very, very massive to run all of this hardware, and it is extremely power intensive. That is why they keep talking about all these, different water resources being drained, all these data centers going up. This is the future. They will be pulling.
Oh, yeah. Like every time y'all see when they talk about a new data center is getting created in certain towns, like a lot of people are confused with those news reports where you see the people in the city that are the towns that live there that say they don't want that data center there because it's drawing a lot of electricity off the grid, and these companies get an incentive to get a lower price for the price they pay for electricity, and they use everybody else on the grid to subsidize that company because that company is going to come in and drop a certain amount of money. And then also when it comes to the water resources, when they run in these data centers to run all these computers, they need to cool that shit. A lot of people don't understand that a lot of water gets wasted because they have to cool all these components. That shit get hot when you run a computer. You ever talked on your phone and played on your phone forever and shit? And that motherfucker start getting hot, you're overworking the circuits. You need to cool it down. What's the best way to cool it down? Some nice cold water. And it's fucking up people's water supply. There's a lot of things that come along with it. And the sad part, that's the problem with a lot of Americans. They always see, oh, it's an idea, this would be good, but then they don't think about the ramifications from doing that thing. It's like we had a problem with algae in a lot of the Great Lakes and a lot of these river streams that we had throughout the country. So these motherfuckers had a great idea. It's like, oh, well, there's an Asian fish called a carp that eats algae. How about we bring it over here? And brought them bitches over here in a drove and threw them in there because they was like, yeah, we're going to kill the algae. But you didn't take into account that them motherfucking carp eat everything in the goddamn water. So every fish, every crab, every shrimp that you had possibly growing in that goddamn river ain't going to grow no more because the motherfucking carp going to eat it all. So your biodiversity is gone. So now the river's fucked and it ain't nothing but carp. That's why we put electrical wires to try to stop these motherfucking fish from getting to the Great Lakes. Because that's the last natural water. It's actually the world's biggest natural water supply left on the planet, and y'all trying to keep these goddamn fish out that y'all bitch asses brought the fuck over here. You're thinking about how good this thing could be without doing fucking environmental effects from what the fuck you're doing. But yeah, he ain't lying about it. It's very power intensive, man. It takes a lot of resources to keep these bitches running just so somebody can not have to do their job. Some rich guy can not have to do their job. And he ain't got to pay you to do the job either.
From these data centers, they will be draining the water supply to run these super intelligence, super gen AI type of machines. If you're one of those people that says, oh, ChatGPT will never take my job, it's not ChatGPT. That stuff that they've given you access to that you think is so cool isn't even scratching the surface. Right now, if you have any sort of job that can be replicated, if something can look at your screen and copy what you're doing and learn how to do that, you will be replaced within the next few years. So my advice is get ahead of it, start something on your own. We're going to home services, something manual labor, consulting, coaching, lean into that more. That is the future. And AI will handle most of the mundane tasks that we have.
Hey,
And before he even say that, I want people to really understand what he's saying. People are losing jobs. We're losing jobs, y'all. It's going to get to the point where there are only certain jobs that human beings are actually going to be able to do because the billionaires and soon to be multi-trillionaires are going to monopolize the market where they control who gets hired and who doesn't get hired, which they kind of already do anyways. But it's like you're going to be hired for bullshit ass jobs. Like they're going to be making massive profits because people are still going to be spending money buying things. But you're not going to have a job to be able to make money for yourself to actually buy shit because they're going to have a robot doing it. Y'all all done been to Walmart with self-checkout. Y'all all done been to goddamn fucking McDonald's where you order your shit at the kiosk. Y'all done seen all these things. They want to automate it. It used to be a person that had to do that job. Now, is it good when it comes to the mindset of, yeah, it speeds things up to a certain extent. You can get more people in there and they can make more money and more people are having a little bit more convenience. Yes. But also the negative effect of it is somebody's not doing that job anymore. So when they can't do their job, they might end up having to try to come to an industry where they do your job. And then when y'all lose y'all job, where y'all gonna go? Eventually it's gonna get to the point where there's only certain jobs that human beings can do, and we're not gonna be benefiting from all the profits that are coming from all this so-called efficiency, but we're also gonna all have to take the negatives that come from this efficiency being done. With our water being fucked up, our air being fucked up, prices of goods going up. We're gonna have to deal with all that. And people don't think about that shit. Cause and effect. Cause and effect.
Everything is this. That's a short-term solution because in a long term, I wholeheartedly believe that it's going to get so advanced that they're going to take jobs that require manual labor eventually. I was playing around with ChatGPT one time and I was like, yo, is it possible in the near future for AI to replace plumbers? And the way it laid it out for me, I was like, damn, it's possible, but it ain't gonna happen overnight. But it's not off the table 15 years from now. That's for damn sure. And it was basically saying it's probably still going to have human on there on site in order to oversee the shit, but it ain't going to be multiple plumbers and shit like that. Nah, it's going to be one guy overlooking all of the machines that's doing the work, going underneath the house, replacing pumps. But right now they don't have the technology, but you think they won't eventually?
Now, there's a ton of theories as to why the government or the world is letting AI kind of just get off the rails. But my opinion and what I've seen is that they want to separate the income gap. Right now, there's a lower, a middle, and an elite class. The elite class does not like the middle class creeping up into it. You saw with COVID, tons of people made money with crypto and all these different things. They're tired of that. They don't want you there. So their plan essentially is to create the wealth gap, and they want to push out the middle class and just have two separate classes. That is just what I believe and what I've seen. You can get into all the different conspiracies surrounding it and New World Order and all the different stuff that happened, but that is essentially the plan. That is why they're letting this just run off the rails. There's really no governance behind any of this. You can pretty much start up a company and develop and research any kind of AI you want without really any sort of oversight. So all I'm saying is just get ahead of it. You'll be in a better place for doing so.
And look. He think that it started now. It's starting now that they trying to separate and increase the wealth gap. But you must don't know American history. And once again, another person that don't know American history. Bro, this has already been practiced. This has already been done. It's literally been perfected. Now it's just constant reinstitution of the same shit. Like, bro, with technology, they do it a little bit better than they did it before. But they pretty much already got the goddamn fucking, they got the step-by-step guide to how to do this. They've been doing it, bro. But see, that's why I always say, when you don't give a fuck about it happening to other folks, and you happen to be a part of the community that was helping raise that wealth gap between other folks, limiting people and shit, now it's about to start catching up to you. And what's your advice? Prepare for it. Get on your toes. Be ready. That's your message. And remember, y'all, this was a guy that was actually doing this work, getting paid massive amounts of money, $200,000. He ain't had no problem with it when he was getting that paycheck. But now that he got his ass fired, I told you, every time something happened, People don't give a fuck as long as they feel like it ain't affecting them. But as soon as it affects them, then they want to be the ones to speak out. He had no problem collecting his $200,000 a year paycheck when he was creating fucking systems that were going to take people away from their jobs, put them out of work. But now that he got put out of work, now he want to expose it. Yeah, let's keep going, man. I don't be trying to hear that shit from these motherfuckers like that, bro. But it's good to get the information. I appreciate you. I'm still gonna call you a piece of shit in the meantime, but I appreciate you dropping that knowledge on us and letting us know what the fuck it was gonna be, what the fuck is possibly happening. But dude, they've been doing this. For anybody that has any minds, any kind of like consciousness about shit, we've already known this, especially us black folks. It's Black History Month still. Yeah, we got to the end of the day, y'all. So we gonna rock it out. We already know. We already done seen it. We've experienced it, lived through it, survived it, and we gonna keep dealing with it. But either way, though, let's keep going, though.
Scary times we in, y'all. Scary times. I'm currently testing agentic AI trial period for software we use. While it still needs human interaction to do what we do, if they decide to purchase it, 90% or more of us will be without a job within months. Meanwhile, I'm reporting back to leadership that is not a good fit for us. That is crazy, y'all. That is absolutely crazy. That's scary. Keep it away from you and your company as long as you can. You can also use Claude to write code to make it trip up some of the tasks it needs to do to replicate what you're doing. Oh, shit, man. I can't deal with this, y'all. We don't need AI. We need water and grow food, dog. How much?
Now, think about what that person just said in that last comment. Hold on. I'm letting him read that again.
90% or more of us will be without a job within months. Meanwhile, I'm reporting back to leadership that is not a good fit for us. That is crazy, y'all. That is absolutely crazy. That's scary. Keep it away from you and your company as long as you can. You can also use Claude to write code to make it trip up some of the tasks it needs to do to replicate what you're doing.
So instead, this is white man advice to the black lady, because I think it was a black lady in the first one. It could have been somebody else. It don't really matter who the first person was. This motherfucking solution, I guess the creator, obviously, telling them, no, just write Claude. Like, write Claude, use Claude to write code in, just fucking trip up the AI at your job. Instead of like there just being a massive, wide pushback against this shit right now. Like, dude, there should be some regulations and stipulations to what they can do with AI just to preserve certain fucking industries. Look, they did it when it came to the banks. When the banks was about to get fucking, they were about to go under and shit, we wrote into law ways to keep the banks in business. Same thing with the automobile industry. But you telling me you can't save average day American jobs because of AI? Because what the billionaires want to make too much money, so we can't step in and do nothing? Like, I don't believe in goddamn cheating. And goddamn, open your motherfucking mouth and goddamn do something about it. Say something about it. Like, either way, though.
Oh, shit, man. I can't deal with this, y'all. We don't need AI. We need water and grow food, dog. How much water is this AI shit using, actually?
A lot.
Yes, they want no middle class, the elite class, and the slave labor class. Dog,
Yep.
These rich people be evil, man. They're building massive data centers in remote areas of Texas where they don't need to deal with regulations. It's definitely happening. Is that a hoverboard? Hold on, this is the last one I'm gonna read. The greatest danger of this is that they hadn't been disclosing or been transparent of how they developed this technology. So how are we supposed to trust their version of AGI? That's crazy right there, y'all. Look at this guy right here, getting laid off for my $140K consulting job. Do you know how hurtful that has to be to make this type of money and then have it stripped away from you because of
I know the feeling. It sucks.
some damn AI? Quick side note, at least once a day I get
It's definitely.
Let me ask you a quick question. What if you can start and grow your own profitable business?
Been a busy time, so I just want to hop right into it.
Totally.
As you may have heard, we've been restructuring parts of the firm by adopting AI to alleviate some high operational expenses. And unfortunately, that's led us to make some very difficult decisions. One of those being the immediate termination of your role. I just want to emphasize that this is not based on your performance as an employee. This is more of a firm-wide decision that's impacted hundreds of employees currently with the company. I know that it's probably very hard to hear, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
This is definitely a shock.
considering how much effort I put into this company. Will I be receiving any severance?
So you will be receiving 2 weeks severance. We know it's not a lot, but off the record, I know last week we were talking about those AI apps that you've used, like Prep AI, where people just swipe to apply. So you can definitely hop back onto that and check it out. You're a strong performer, and I know you'll find a new role very, very soon. But I have to jump for my next call, so my colleague Mark will be on touch and kind of take offboarding. Take care.
These jobs ain't loyal, bruh. If you think you gonna have a job in the next 10 years and you sending emails and responding to emails and shit like that and adding numbers on a spreadsheet, you got another thing coming. It's getting dark and gloomy out here, bro. I'm dead ass serious.
Look, I be saying this to the older generation because I used to have this issue at my last job. I don't currently work there no more. I had to quit that bitch. But they used to always try to put the company above themselves, their family, and what they had going on in their personal life. And I'm not saying in the sense of like they want it. I advocate for people to just, like not take their job seriously, come in late, do a piss poor job while they're at work. I'm saying like the people that actually came in and like bust their ass every day, like when certain things happen in their personal life, they would always be the type of person that would advocate for them people to like, yeah, okay, your mother died. That doesn't mean you couldn't be here on Tuesday type stuff. Those are a lot of the people that are going to get laid off, and I'm gonna laugh when they get laid off. The people that put their job above everything else. I used to have a coworker that's like that, and he would always chalk it up as that I like to work hard. I work hard. No, you work fucking stupid. That was my honest opinion. You would bust your ass and give your life pretty much, bleed out here for these motherfuckers that wouldn't give two fucks. Like, as soon as you do a job that's very dangerous, you get hurt doing it. Their first thing is like, go to the doctor and see if you got marijuana in your system so we cannot pay whatever the fuck you got going on. While you were doing a job that we knew was fucked up for you to do in the first place. That's the type of time these motherfuckers on. I don't never be for that shit. I don't never be for that.
Man, this ain't what's up, man. This is not what's up right here, dog. Look at this shit right here. I hate these companies, man. This happened last year in September. 2 weeks severance. That's just your last paycheck.
Hell
Rejection is redirection. Just find a new job.
Well, unless he got paid every week. Now, if he got paid every week, because I used to get paid every week, it wouldn't be his last. He would have got one paycheck that was severance, and then the other paycheck would have been his last paycheck. But if he getting paid every 2 weeks, yeah, that is just your last paycheck, though.
On Sprout, man, y'all make that sound like it's so easy to do. They all be reading the same script with zero emotion until they are on the receiving end of that call. And guess what? HR will be on the receiving end of that call, because if any job can be replaced, it's HR for damn sure. This is another guy who lost his job. This shit is trash as well.
If you don't think this is true, let me tell you my story. It just happened this week. So Friday afternoon, your boss wants to jump on Zoom at the last minute. Be prepared that something's going on. So I kind of had been having this feeling for weeks. My boss had been talking about how much he's been using AI and how productive it's made him on development tasks. And then yesterday afternoon, we got on a call, and he said that my position is no longer needed. He said, I've been doing everything I should be doing. They can't afford the position anymore.
Nah, it's not that they can't afford the position anymore. ChatGPT just does it for cheaper. They're gonna save that.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of Americans didn't have certain jobs in certain industries, because we would let people from other countries come over here and pay them less. That's why Trump is real big on the HB21 visas. They had these people come over here and do the job for less. They ain't got to pay Americans. It's all about greed by the people at the top, and a lot of people don't catch on to it. They want to blame the immigrants for coming over here. They want to blame the technology for it. But at the end of the day, it's still the people at the top that are utilizing these different forms of saving money to make themselves more money. You notice that they hire these people, or they use these programs to make the company more profitable, but they don't drop the price of the product. Like, you're doing it for cheaper. Why isn't the price cheaper? Oh, no. We're trying to maximize profits. We're trying to get more. It's all about greed. And these people don't understand. They'll sit here and talk about, no, my boss this, no, my boss that. Man, bitch, these motherfuckers trying to make money, bro. At the end of the day, they're trying to make money. And a lot of these folks are not willing to not take a pay increase, even though they're already living a good, lavish life. They want more money, and they will cut your ass off at the goddamn ankles to get that money. And these are the same people that get their ankles cut off that be fucking defending them. And I bet money he probably was one of them people defending him. I don't know him personally. I don't know if he was, but like, dude, this shit crazy.
The money all the time. I wonder if you was a 6-figure earner. They saving 6 figures.
So I am out of a job, and it is because of AI. I 100% know that. But before you keep moving, if you could help me out with one small thing, it would mean the world to me. If you could either just like this post or comment on it, or perhaps share it with somebody, and share it with someone very specific, which is a family with kids. And the reason is, for the last year, I've been working on a passion project for my kids specifically, and I've seen a noticeable difference in their ability to do their homework. It's turning from a passion project into my 100% focus. And so I've made a change today, actually, to do summer pricing. So it's incredibly cheap for the summer. And I also have created like a workbook style daily activity where our kids can stay active during the summer, keep learning, kind of progress them into the next grade. That's kind of the big thing. And it's $20 for the whole summer for up to 3 kids. So it's pretty much free. But it would just be huge for me if you could share this with somebody, or if you have kids yourself, sign up, give it a try, and let me know what you think. All right. Hope you guys are doing good out there. And
it's called TY.
Yeah, the motherfucker trying to goddamn fucking little. He obviously was making a decent amount of money where he actually can do a little pet project in the meantime, and try to get some new income flowing in. And I feel him on that. But yeah.
AI. Go check it out, man. It might be something to help your kids out. Me personally, I have really, really smart kids, man. I'm so proud of my kids. My oldest daughter is literally the smartest kid in her grade. I'm not even exaggerating. They told her that. They said, ain't nobody in this grade fucking with you. All of the tests that she took.
In that school, Will, in that school, not the whole world of the United States.
She scored damn near perfect on all of them. That's class exams. That's the state administered exams. The girl just smart, bro. Not trying to toot my own horn or nothing, but I think I had a lot to do with that. I was very hands-on with her. Still is.
Best of luck in your search and whatever new endeavor is destined to be next for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, cool. Well, thank you again for your time this afternoon, and I hope you'll have a great weekend, Jennifer.
Thank you. You too.
AI taking these jobs, dog. Look, let me show y'all something real quick. Let's just, for shits and giggles, we are going to go to Perplexity. At the top of your head in 2026, what are the most vulnerable jobs that can be taken by AI? And what can these people do to brace themselves for this impact? I know it's going to be shit like admin, bro. Let's be real, bro. If you're taking orders and things of that nature, your job ain't safe. All right, look, that's what it says, y'all. Many of the most vulnerable jobs in 2026 are routine, heavy white collar and support roles where most of the work is done on a computer and follows clear patterns. But people in these roles can significantly reduce their risk by building AI skills and shifting toward more human, strategic, or hands-on work. Jobs most exposed right now, the pattern across studies is routine knowledge work and customer contact roles are getting hit first, especially at the entry level. Administrative and office support, data entry, basic administration, administrative assistants, scheduling and coordination, switchboard and telephone operators, ticket agents, travel clerks. A lot of this is already being replaced by chatbots, scheduling assistants, and automated workflows. Customer service and sales, customer service reps, call center agents, simple service sales reps, basic support roles, AI chat/voice systems can now handle large volumes of routine queries in basic selling. Bruh, this is crazy. Content and communication jobs, content writers, copywriters, technical writers, standard documentation, some marketing coordinators. Dog, y'all get where I'm going with this. Junior spreadsheet and PowerPoint roles. Come on now, I said that already. Some routine professional academic work. Dog, you're not safe, man. Please get that out of your head.
I don't want to see this thing come out. I'm just looking to be honest with you.
Bruh, $18 burgers, what are they using? A5 Wagyu and shit like that. Like, what are they using? Like Kobe beef, filet mignon burgers? What we talking about here, bro?
I'd order it to fire one up, but how soon do you think somebody's gonna order one? That's a good question.
Shit, I order one just to see what it. Look! You flipping burgers? Look, flipping burgers not even safe no more, bro.
It's on the conveyor belt. That's all the veggies.
Has come to take your job. This is ridiculous.
And look, man, I remember telling somebody about seeing these. Like they actually, before I even seen them, like actually wheeled out in like commercial restaurants and stuff like that. I actually saw it with like a lot of the celebrities. They went through Bill Gates' house, and he had one that folded out from the roof, probably like 5-6 years ago. And it was like, cause his wife don't cook. So it's like shit, that motherfucker would get together. Like it had access to be able to reach the refrigerator, know what was in the refrigerator, had access to get to the stove, it had access to get to the sink, had a suction cup and whatever. And that motherfucker would make a whole fucking meal. And I watched the whole video and I'm like, damn, and that shit actually looked good. Yeah, they got them in the restaurants now. A lot of y'all motherfuckers that are chefs, don't let your restaurant get to the point where they make enough money where they can actually purchase one of these motherfuckers. They don't spend a couple $100,000 on these. But you might be out the fucking job, bro. And I got a degree in cooking. That's the crazy part. Shit, that motherfucker put me out the job. Shit, I can never get in the job, to be honest with you. Let's keep going.
Buy a burger then, boy. Like, we gonna see it too. Burger bots. Who wants a soulless burger from Burger Bots, man? Nobody put no love and no energy into it. You know what? I'll take that back. A dude that's flipping burgers 9 out of 10 times, he ain't putting no love into your food either. Man, he hates himself right now for the most part. That man 45 years old and he flipping burgers, dog. He ain't putting no love into your food unless he own this joint. And there are some rare people who really work jobs like that and they actually love what they do. And it's unfortunately because the companies treat them like they pieces of shit. That's crazy to me, man.
So my role has just been taken over by AI.
I dare you.
Shit, we got commercials, y'all. Hopefully it's only one.
E-commerce.
It look like it might be two.
I laugh because, like, if someone said this to me like 5-10 years ago, I'd be like, you are joking. You must be joking. But I'm not joking. But it's fine. I'm a real true believer in everything happens for a reason. One door closes and another door opens. For context, my role is social media and design executive. But yeah, AI will be supposedly doing my job now. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to get every other people's thoughts on AI. I know it's becoming a really big thing now. I know it can be good for helping humans, enhancing humans, but I don't know. I don't really know if AI should be taken over from humans. If that's the case, then I feel like we're living in a really scary world now. We're living in a really scary world. But yeah, I'd like to get other people's thoughts on AI. So let me know.
It's interesting because the government absolutely knows what's about to take place and know that so many people are going to lose their jobs and they're not doing anything about it. They don't care about you. They just want you to keep voting so that they can be in office and secure their position in life. But as far as doing something for you that's going to help you and your family, they ain't doing it all. You know.
Hell no, they not. That's why when Andrew Yang was running for the Republican nomination, when Trump ran the first time, he was talking about universal basic income. And you had all the people on the conservative side talking about, no. And I'm like, bitch, y'all live in trailers in the backwoods of Kentucky, in the hills of Montana. Y'all motherfuckers might need a check coming from the federal government so you can take your ass fucking 20 minutes down the road to go to that local Dollar General and buy your ass some goddamn frozen burgers or some shit. But you said hell no, because you thought somebody else in the inner city would get something. Bitch, you might need something more than they do. But either way, though.
People who are really big into politics, I don't care if you're on the left or the right. I don't believe either side really fuck with you like that. I'm just keeping it real. Now, I will say this. I tend to not like most of the Republicans, especially these racist ones down in the South that I come into all the time. But they both don't give a shit about you. I'm just keeping it real, bro. If you think they're coming to save you, they not, dog.
What happens when an entire generation of people cannot enter a job market because entry-level jobs have collapsed? People don't understand that entry-level jobs provide so much more than just like a initial income. They also give young workers the chance to learn by doing. Mm-hmm. The implicit bargain is very much breaking down because of AI, and it's also reshaping the idea of what entry-level even means. The unemployment rate.
No. Let's go back to that, because the sad part, this is a compounding fucking problem, y'all. This is a compounding problem. And I've heard this from a lot of kids that went to college. They went to college, got a degree in whatever specific field that they got in. But then when they got to the job market and they started looking for jobs, a lot of these companies kept saying that they didn't want to hire them because they didn't have any experience. But it's like, I'm fresh out of college. The only way I can get experience is if somebody hires me. Take that all the way off the board. Just throw that shit in the motherfucking trash now. Throw that in the trash. You can go get a degree in whatever field you want to get in. You might even have some experience doing some shit where you interned to something while you was in college. The robot does it now. So now the next generation is even more fucked. And for who? For who?
For college graduates is very high. Entry-level job postings is very low, especially in industries like tech and marketing and finance. You know, precisely those white-collar fields where Gen Z graduates expected to build their careers. Like, that's kind of what they went to college for. And, you know, we're seeing how companies are discovering and like, oh, AI can handle these tasks that maybe...
Hit it on white-collar jobs. Hey, ladies, I want y'all to understand this. This is for the ladies. I ain't gonna lie. This is a shot. Y'all shitted on the white-collar jobs. Well, y'all shitted on the blue-collar jobs. Y'all said y'all got a degree, y'all got jobs in these fields. But the sad part, they taking y'all jobs right now. A lot of the jobs y'all did, analytical work, fucking all these other different whatever. I ain't finna go down the list of them shits, but y'all already know. A lot of the jobs that y'all did gonna be replaced by AI. But the same dudes that y'all was talking shit, that was blue-collar workers, the motherfucker that's picking up the trash, motherfucker changing the plumbing, motherfucker doing electrician work, carpentry work, construction work, shit like that. They still got their job, at least for right now. Who the fuck you gonna be running to? Who can you run to?
They traditionally assigned to junior employees. And of course, this creates a potential paradox that's only going to get worse. You know, employers still want experienced mid-level candidates, but those candidates eventually have to come from somewhere. So if those entry points disappear, so does the pipeline of future talent. We're essentially pulling up the ladder behind us. And the consequences extend beyond like the individual. You know, young people locked out of career track jobs are losing income, yes, but they're also losing the skills that come with working alongside experienced colleagues. You know, how do you learn some of the soft skills like navigating office politics, handling difficult conversations?
All that shit make my balls itch. How do you handle office politics? I don't want to handle office politics at all. I don't want to deal with none of you people. I hate people, bro. I'm joking, but I really just...
Now, you shouldn't have to learn how to deal with office politics. Shit, you're a human being. You just look at people like they fucking crazy and don't play the game that they play. I know it worked out great for me, and I kept getting promoted, and I kept getting raises. I don't deal with that shit. Like, y'all keep that shit to yourselves. I don't play that game y'all play. Y'all keep playing that little rat race game. That ain't how you make money around here.
I don't want to have to interact with people, the same people, every single day.
YouTube tutorial. I mean, so much of this is very much learned by doing. And so then what happens when young people don't have access to that? We already are starting to see a response in young people, you know, pivoting towards entrepreneurship, freelancing, credential stacking. But that might not translate in the same way as, you know, other types of entry-level jobs. And also not everyone has the resources or risk tolerance to do that. And so a labor market that only rewards those who can self-fund their own training or go off on their own or have the, you know, backing to do that will just continue to deepen those inequalities.
They ain't get two faults when it was black people being the only ones affected by it.
This is depressing, guys. Y'all better get y'all shit together.
Hey, look, didn't get no fuck when it was just black people dealing with that shit. Where we literally couldn't get loans to start our own business. We covered it last night. Couldn't even get loans to start businesses in our own communities. But you would let Asian folks come into our communities and get loans. They let Arabs come into our communities and get loans. They let Indian folks come into our communities and get loans. But they won't let us get loans. I'm like, look, welcome to the goddamn club, bro. Welcome to the club. When you sat there and didn't say nothing when your neighbor was in danger and needed help, don't expect your neighbor to say nothing for you when they coming for your ass now. That's what I hear. A lot of tears, a lot of white tears. I don't see nothing. I ain't gonna be like Lucas, just like Op said last night. I ain't finna drink they tears, but I'm like, come on now. Like, be real now. Let's be real now. You ain't had no problem when it was happening to nobody else. But you want everybody to care now that it's happening to you. I see how that shit look like.
Who will buy things if AI takes over everyone's job? My name is Chris. I talk about AI and leaving corporate.
This is the guy who got fired.
Yeah. Talking about leaving corporate. Bitch, you got fired from corporate. Nigga, like, don't try to play it off like nothing. Now, let talk about and leaving corporate. Let him say that dumb ass shit again. You got fired, bro. We watched your first video.
Get together.
Who will buy things if AI takes over everyone's job? My name is Chris. I talk about AI and leaving corporate.
This is the guy who got fired in the beginning of the video.
Got it. So many people in my last video commented and said, who will buy things if AI takes everyone's jobs? Well, I'm here to tell you that you need to look at the bigger picture. This is not checkers, it is chess. What they want to do is create two classes of people. They don't want a middle class anymore, and you can see that it's being hollowed out as we speak. They think that the middle class is creeping up too much into the elite class. They talk about this in the World Economic Forum. There's just too many people on Earth. They want to go back to the way it was in medieval days and even before, where there's wealthy people and then there's the poor that get controlled like cattle. Slowly.
It's gonna be all rich white folks, y'all. Shit crazy. I just know a couple of Saudi Arabians in there, but the majority are gonna be rich white folks, and everybody else just gonna be poor. White, black, Hispanic, it don't matter what you is, but all the rich folks gonna be largely white.
But surely AI will take out the middle class and pretty much all these office jobs. When that happens, people will either need to decide, I need to get rich and be part of the wealthy class, and so they will do something about it.
And think about it, he just said he's gonna take away a lot of these office jobs. Remember when COVID was happening, and then we slowly started coming to the back end of it? A lot of these companies had people working from home. But then, you know, Trump them came in and was like, no, we're not working from home no more. You need to come back to the office. Just to fire you and have a robot working remotely. I mean, my dad, he works at Social Security and shit. And they sent them home for a while. And then they started forcing them to come back while COVID was still spreading. Like, people were still catching that shit. It wasn't dead down yet. It's like, well, we just need to have these people here because we got these offices and these buildings. It's like, honestly, you don't need them offices in them buildings. You can just do all that shit remotely. But now it's like, no, we're just going to fire the people now, and we're going to do it with robots. Computer programs to run it. So what was the issue with people being at home working? As long as they were getting the work done, that's all that mattered. But, you know, this is stupid.
Got it. Or they will be part of the poorer class. Now, what you need to figure out is what side you lean on. Do you have a job that's going to withstand time, that's going to help you get rich in the future, or not? Now, long term, what the plan probably is universal basic income. They basically spoon feed you a small income to survive, and then they control everything that you do, and they tell you what to do. If you're part of the wealthy class, you probably have more freedom. The jobs that AI will take out is anything that looks at a screen right now. And I say that for the most part, but any sort of middle management job, any sort of job where you are in data or just looking at a screen all day, sending emails, those are going to be the first ones to take it out in the next 3 to 7 years. And probably there's going to be a massive, like 30% reduction in force over the next 18 months. Now, what is going to be safe? Well, just look at it now. If you look at franchising, for instance, take that example, go research it. What are the most amount of franchises that are popping up right now? It's home services. They're the roofers, right? And most people don't know this, but roofing companies do extremely, extremely well. Mm-hmm. Most roofers I know that own their own companies have a secret Lamborghini or Ferrari parked in the garage. And if you don't believe me, go look that up too. But these home services make hand over fist because they are a need, not a want. No one wants to call the roofer. No one wants to call the plumber. They have to, right? And most of these services are oftentimes backed by insurance, like restoration. If you're in a position right now where you feel like, oh, this could be easily done by a robot, or hey, they're having me basically document my process of how I work, and I don't know what they're going to do with that, you're probably going to be replaced pretty soon. What I would recommend is getting into the trades. Now, it doesn't mean you had to.
Hey, I like the old days when they would make you document everything, hire someone, make you show them everything, how to do every single aspect of the job, and then they replace you with that person. That's the old school way of doing things. Now they're letting you do it so AI can replace you. You know, at least replace me with a human.
Be doing hard manual labor like a tradesman would, and we thank you folks all for doing what you do. But you could also get into sales. You could get into operations. You could get into the AI that will eventually handle all the phone calls that people from the trades need, right? So there's many different avenues, but I would say you have to pivot now if you were in a corporate office job where you were just basically having meetings all day about absolutely nothing.
I really feel sorry for the people who are like in their 50s and 60s and they got those type of jobs, because when your income is gone, what are you going to do? You 60 something years old. It's hard to start over, period, in life. But the older you get, it's increasingly more difficult to start over.
Y'all, we knew this day would come, but I didn't expect for it to come this fast. I literally just went to Bojangles and I had my order taken by an AI machine. I'm not even going to call it a person, an AI machine. So the day of them taking over everything, especially our jobs, is coming ahead super, super fast. So if you don't know how to cut hair, fix cars, trade, or grow your own groceries, have livestock, I suggest that you learn how to do that super, super quickly, because the jobs are going to be super slim pickings coming up. And like, I live in a small town, so for that to happen, I can just imagine what jobs are being taken by AI in the bigger cities, because I'm just baffled.
This is the real me. And
goddamn it, we got another commercial.
The background is real.
The AI character.
Forgot to play that. She light skinned. But listen, dog, it's getting spooky out here, bro. Bojangles got AI machine.
I got replaced by AI on Friday. I didn't expect it to happen. So let me explain. I'm the voice of a network called...
I don't want to hear nobody that make their tea or their coffee this way bitching and complaining. I'm just saying it right now. I know what he's doing over there. I know what he's doing, bruh. I know exactly what he's doing right now, bruh. I don't want to hear nobody that make their coffee or tea this way complaining, bruh. You doing perfectly fucking fine. You doing perfectly fine. Yes, you might have to downgrade your living arrangements to a certain extent. Like you might have to change your lifestyle to a certain extent, but you good for the next at least year. I don't want to hear from nobody making their coffee and tea this way. Nope. But either way, though, I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, bro, I'm taking this with a grain of salt, y'all. Grain of salt.
Buzzer. It's a fast network that plays reruns of game shows. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but I've always dreamed of voicing networks, and it's my first. On Friday, I got a call.
He sounds like a damn AI voice.
From one of the producers who I love and adore, and he has had my back through all of this because they tried to go AI years ago. He's basically like, hey man, finally came down from the top. They're going AI. You know, we are working with 11 Labs. For those of you that don't know, 11 Labs has stolen voices. That's the easiest way I can say it. Now,
they stolen your
where
shit,
they
huh?
were explicitly stealing, or they were buying libraries of voices and then training the model and then not telling those people, oh, hey, we're also using your voice for this, which is where you need to have consent, compensation, and clarity of the model, the 3 C's. The issue with that is, you know, I then had to immediately say are you going to give 11 Labs my work to train? And they're like, no, absolutely not. Thankfully, I have that in writing. I'm not going to try and be angry about this. I don't want to have anything more than just saying like, hey, this happened. It sucked. It's probably going to happen again. But also at the same time, there are a lot of companies out there that value human talents. Like I'm about to go to the studio right now to record a national commercial for a huge brand. And I have work that just came out for Sunglass Hut and for Arm & Hammer. And I've had a lot of clients that have found me because they were using AI and they hated it. And then they found me and they're like, hey, we really like your voice. Can you replace this AI? AI isn't getting better. It's just kind of hitting this plateau, and people who just need to get something out and can't afford human go AI. I guess it's a positive. I got
wow. This
that man got matter of fact, finish the video.
Man got fired from a voice job due to AI. Crazy. It just goes to show you. Listen, just live your life like shit could go to hell, but also live it like it won't. If that makes any sense. Do the work like it's gonna work out, but also work hard enough to have a buffer just in case shit don't work out. If that makes
yeah, man. Look, pretty much the point he's trying to get at is like, man, look, do everything you possibly can to plan. Look, plan for the worst and hope for the best. That's the best way to put it. Plan for the worst, hope for the goddamn best. Because sad part, a lot of fucked up shit can happen in this world. Anything can happen every damn day, but you got to plan for it and hope that shit just don't go wrong. But hopefully, with you planning ahead. Like, with you playing for the worst, like, if things are better, everything's going to be a lot easier because it's not going to be as worse as you plan for. And if it is as bad as you plan for, at least you prepare for it. But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. We went on a little diatribe with the little AI shit, man. I ain't going to lie to you. I didn't know this video was that goddamn long from Will, bro. But nah, it's crazy how a lot of people don't understand. Like they talk about technology and advancement and shit, and I'm like, these are people that won't benefit from this product or from this industry at all. At the end, if anything, they're gonna be hindered by this fucking industry coming into full fold, like it's planning to be coming into it. A lot of people about to lose their jobs, man. A lot of people about to lose their jobs. And it ain't gonna be good for the American society. And a lot of Americans need to speak up and literally start calling this shit out. Like, look, man, y'all taking our money to do this, y'all doing that, y'all allowing this to happen, y'all allowing that to happen, man. Look, y'all just need to go ahead and just burn. Like, look, at the bare minimum, cut them $2,000 checks for every American every goddamn month. Cut that check. Just cut that check. Basic income. Basic universal income. Go ahead and cap in that basic universal fucking goddamn health insurance. And y'all already doing what the fuck you want. Just don't do no more extra than what the fuck you're doing right now. I think a lot of Americans will be fine with that. Like extra $2,000 in your pocket every week. I mean, every month that you're coming in this bitch, that's either $500 a week or goddamn fucking $2,000 goddamn $2,000 in the month. I don't care how you get it, whether it's once a month, fucking 4 times a month, twice a month. I don't care. Y'all need to cut that check. Y'all sending all this money over there to goddamn other countries to fund these wars. We outside of goddamn Iran right now with all these ships wasting millions and millions and millions and millions and billions of dollars right now. Y'all got the money for that shit. How about y'all do exactly what y'all said y'all was gonna do? Let it be America first. Because obviously it ain't America first right now. But look, y'all, we're gonna be back here later today, man. I actually went a lot longer than I planned on going, man. I wasn't even planning on going that long. But now, for everybody that tuned in, Hurricane, salute to you, man. I already seen you up in here, man. We're going to be right back in here tonight because we got to commemorate this historical Black History Month. We got to close the day out on a good note. We're going to cover that tonight. And maybe I'm putting in some funny shit. We might even do some Jack TV type shit. Man, CD Ho going to cheat. Or CD nigga going to cheat. We don't know. We going to see what we got. But look, man, it was fun. It was great, man. I'm going to get the fuck up out of here, man. Y'all be safe. Tune in tonight. We're going to be having the show going around. Like I think about 9 or 8. It depends on how I'm feeling. But y'all will see it. It'll pop up. Make sure y'all turn them. Well, here you go. Hit the like, subscribe, share, and turn the notifications on. And if you see the notifications, you got them bitches on, you'll see it pop up. Y'all know when we doing something. But yeah, your boy about to get up out of here, man. It was fun. It was great. Let me turn this background music off because I be getting tired of me playing the outro and that motherfucker should be playing in the background. That shit don't make no damn sense. But yeah, man, I'll catch y'all in the next one as always, man. Peace.